Brenton Simon, Sportsman of the Year.
In 78.
So there you go, there's your...
He was coaching us.
Yep.
10-16 to 10-14. Well, I don't know. The scoreboard says 11-15, but I don't think that's quite right either.
No. A good move.
And a 15-metre penalty for throwing the player to the ground.
And
another 15-metre penalty.
Pretty undisciplined stuff by Waybacks.
Waybacks are rather panic-stricken.
A little bit of fire coming into this game now. That's the second lot of penalties Waybacks have suffered. There's Waybacks going through Simons once again, right up into the goal mouth. Great kick by Simons. Let's see what happens up there. Price was in amongst there, touch one behind.
And I would think that...
It's 10-16 to 10-15 now. 1 point the difference. 10-16 to
right,
10-15. There's the kick out. Once again, a glorious kick. Parker coming through, young 15-year-old and playing a great game of football.
Bradshaw again.
Bradshaw's played an excellent
one away
game.
He certainly has, up in the full-back position there, and a great kick, and there's another one too. A good kick right out toward the half-back flank. Coming through, Waybacks. Brady drops the ball on the ground, picks it up once again, flicks the hand pass out, Summerton now looking for the paddock to run. A little pass out, but that player eluded him. The wind caught the ball there. A little bit more wind out there than what we think. But there's the pass out here to... Beautiful pass.
Dunbar left unchecked, 20 metres again.
Dunbar, once again, up towards his teammate, but Puckridge chips in. Puckridge drops it onto the right boot, up toward the centre wing position. And a good mark there by McFarlane.
Good last half by Freeman Puckridge.
Yes.
Beaten in the first half and dominant in the second.
McFarlane gets it up towards his teammate, and a good strong mark there too by Burke. They're certainly looking a lot better now, Keith, the Marble Range side.
Staritsky played a very solid game all day. That time he just couldn't get there in time. A magnificent kick in right into the goal square.
Kick.
No mark.
Up into the forward line.
Desperation stuff here now, Jerry.
Yes, it certainly is. A scrambling footballer and umpire Kim Eden. Yes.
I would suggest there are only about 5 minutes to go.
Yes, there's not much longer to go in it, and there's only 1 point the difference.
A couple of goals to either side here now would seal it up.
Well, goals have been like jewels all day, haven't
that's
they?
Right.
They certainly have. Flick the hand pass
David
out.
Porter.
But Porter there, the ball eludes him over the line, out of bounds in the forward pocket for the Marble Range side, right where they want it. 1 point the difference in favour of Waybacks. No, a ball up down there. Couldn't pick the decision there, but there must have been one down there. We're a long way away. Marble Range with desperate stuff. And Edwards...
Free kick to Marble Range.
Yes, Jeff Edwards.
75 points to 76. Marble Range with a shot at goal.
This will put Marble Range in
Edwards
front
the
of
shooter.
Jeff Edwards. Jeff Edwards the shooter. Number 9 for the Marble Range side. Real desperate football here at Centenary Oval in Port Lincoln this afternoon. Great stuff too, with the wind getting up a little bit too now, we notice. Edwards with the ball. Let's see what he does with it.
And a goal. Right through the middle.
5 points in front. 5 points
Marble Range in front
Range.
for the first time for the day.
Yes, it is.
Front for the first time for the day.
Yes, 11-15 to 10-16. Second goal to Edwards.
Yes, they've kicked 8 goals to 4 in the last half.
And Jerry, that wind sprung up.
Yes, it certainly is. It's blowing in from the west. Keith, as a matter of fact, you and I could get a little bit of a shower going home tonight.
I think so.
Don, you were saying how many shots was that? How many goals in the last quarter?
Marble Range have kicked 8 goals to Waybacks 4 in the last half.
In the last half.
And they're the better side at the moment. There's no question of that.
They certainly are. There they come now. Coming out. Summerton with the ball. Gets it onto his left foot. Desperation football.
Oh, 2 Marble Range players.
And that's where Waybacks have repeatedly broken down. That half forward line.
No talking there at all. Waybacks trying to get it up into the forward lines. They're all on their own way back to the Turner now. Flicks it in. Looking for the full forward, but it's very gladly blocked there by...
Turner again.
Shot for goal, 1 point only.
4 points of difference. 10-17 to 11-15.
Waybacks into attack. I would suggest there are about 3 minutes to go.
Yes, there's not much to go in this quarter
Depending
now.
on time on, of course.
11-15 to 10-16 you've got, have you? The scoreboard reads a little different, but I think we're just that little bit more accurate. There we are. Down on the half-forward line for Waybacks. Scrambly football at the moment. Desperation stuff
Whitehead
as,
pulled off the
Marble
ball.
Range get in there.
Jeff Whitehead.
Free kick to Waybacks.
Here's the free kick to Waybacks in Whitehead.
I was talking to Jeff Whitehead's father at half-time.
Good
Summerton.
spoil there. There's Summerton. Very elusive type of footballer. Take a lot of catching. Up towards his
Richardson
teammate. Richardson couldn't handle the ball, but they pick it up once
Regenza.
again. And look for the teammate. Oh, spoil once again, Puckridge. That's the second time in 5 minutes.
Free kick.
That's Dunbar. They couldn't have given it to a worse player, Marble Range.
The umpire has shown quite a lot of courage. It's the second free kick he's given, one to each side, right in front of goals, but both on angles. The way back angle is probably even sharper than the Marble Range angle.
Dunbar has four goals already.
And that is a goal. That is a goal.
No, he's missed
1
it.
point. It swung off at the last moment.
3 points of difference.
Does it look the goods from here?
Looked an excellent shot. It just caught by the
his
wind.
first
The wind
point.
is fairly strong now.
4 goals, 1 Dunbar, Keith, from 5 shots.
And a beautiful kicker of the ball.
There's the kick. Out toward the half-back flank.
Summerton again.
With the ball. Flicks it over his shoulder.
Tregenza.
Oh, Tregenza with a good mark on the chest.
That wind is getting very strong. He's got to kick into a very strong wind. He's now passing the ball.
There's a good mark
David
there
Porter.
to his teammate again in Porter. Porter now is not very far out, and we're 25 minutes into the quarter. Keith just entering time on.
Yes, I thought there'd only be a couple of minutes to go. Very, very important shot, this one. No, he's offline.
It makes it 2 points the difference. 2 points. Waybacks at 10 goals 19 against the Marble Range 11 goals 15. 2 points of difference. 79 plays 81.
Oh,
There's
better
the
kick
kick.
off this
Great
time.
Right up towards centre wing position. Players in there, scrambly football down there in the centre wing. Desperation football on both sides.
Whitehead again.
Whitehead
Coming into the
gets
game
ball
in
out
the
toward
closing
half-forward
minutes.
flank.
Kim O'Connell.
great
Kim
mark,
O'Connell,
O'Connell.
great mark. Half-forward flank for the way back side.
Impossible angle out there, I think, for a right footer.
Kick in. Right
Gee,
in toward
it's
the goal
close.
mouth.
1 point only.
1 point. That makes it 1 point the difference. 1 point the difference. 10 goals 20, 80 points, plays 11 goals 15, 81.
Waybacks have only got themselves to blame for the position they're in now. They should have wrapped this game up a lot earlier. They kicked a lot of points in a row earlier in the game. They're doing exactly the same thing now.
They've kicked 1 goal 6 this quarter. That's Ken McKenzie.
Coming back into it a little more now is his Waybacks.
And of course, that wind sprung up in the last 10 minutes in particular. The flags down there are
Straight
really
out,
blowing
straight
hard
in from
towards the
west.
Marble Range end. So he's got to kick into a strong wind.
McKenzie kicks
Good
it up.
kick, though.
Right up toward the forward line. Farger up there. No one can handle it.
Mickey Bilney.
Bilney coming through. Couldn't get it. Oh, he was off that player. Umpire called play on. And another
Shoved a
behind
point
that makes it
through.
level.
It's rushed. I haven't been putting them down.
The scoreboard is 10-21-81 to 11-15-81.
It's a bad thing if they are wrong.
This it certainly is.
Puckridge.
Puckridge getting through there once again for
Whitehead
Marble Range.
flicks
Marble
around.
Range getting right in there. So too is Waybacks. On that centre wing position. Out towards Bilney. Bilney couldn't pick it up. Coming through Waybacks
Tregenza.
once again. Tregenza gets
O'Connell.
it across. O'Connell flicks
David
another hand
Porter and
across to Summerton. And Summerton
Now
will send it
Summerton.
down there. and
Can
send it
Summerton make the
half-forward.
distance? And can he kick straight?
Well, he can kick straight in the field, Keith. It's just a matter of whether he can... Those big white posts are looking at you. We all
Yes.
turn to water at
Kicks
times.
a lot of goals on the run, Glenn. The times that I've seen him play
Glenn
football.
Summerton,
But
centre
the set
half
shot, he's not quite so sure.
There it is. There's the kick and it looks good from here.
That is a goal. It's right through the middle.
Good goal to Glenn Summerton. Puts Waybacks, 6 goals, 6 behinds in front, 11-21 to 11-15. 1 clear goal in front. That's certainly Somerton's first goal. And a very, very handy one at this stage.
Jerry, whoever wins this centre knock will win the game, in my opinion. Whoever wins the centre knock now. Marble Range have perhaps got time to kick a goal if they go straight into attack.
Yes, they need it straight up the centre of the ground now, Keith. With the wind behind them. Rucks rise, balls in the centre ground. Desperation football, heads down.
Free to Marble Range.
Jerry Ainsbury with the free kick for Marble Range. A good-looking kick too. Screw punt, right up towards the centre half-forward position. Ball over the back of the
Bradshaw.
Bradshaw now gets it out towards
One of Waybacks' better players today, Bradshaw.
Very, very cool in a crisis, Bradshaw, and his kicking has been an object lesson to junior footballers.
Now, I'd say his form would be a relief to Fargo because it hasn't been good of recent.
Real desperation stuff now in the closing stages of this game here at the Centenary Oval.
Oh,
Edwards now
Edwards.
with a flick.
Out of bounds on the
Out of
full.
bounds on the full. That's where you can tell where real desperation stuff comes in. Looking for the kicking. Kicks. Good kick once again.
Bradshaw again.
Over the head of players. Somerton in there. Trying to get the ball out. Can't do so. Marble Range coming through. Parker.
Parker again.
He's played a good game of football.
Another one.
Third head knock that Parker's received. Going
That's it, I think.
There's the siren.
Certainly is a siren, and of course the final scores here, as the scoreboard reads, Waybacks 11-21-87, Marble Range 11-15-81 by 6 points to Marble Range side, although we've got it down to something like 5 points, but anyhow a win to the Wayback side, and a good game of football it was.
We contested grand finals.
Yeah.
We got hammered in just about all of them.
So I'll read you some excerpts of Annie Molly's letter describing the win to Annie Marjorie in a sec. So she wrote a 5-page letter. Well, I mean, you know, that was typical.
Yeah.
The 3-page letter was normal for Annie Molly. So I'll just take little bits out of this. So this was written on the 23rd of September, 1978.
Graham Fargo.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Jeff.
It says the whole district is still in a state of whirl, and everyone still has a one-track minds, and the match is replayed again and again. All else sinks into insignificance. Annie Molly had a way with words. Both Freeman and Pete have colds, and all Lance can say is just as well it wasn't last week. To get back to last Saturday, it dawned fine but windy. Mona and I gave up any idea of getting the car into the Oval, just as well as long queues past the convent and up past the investigator clinic had formed by 6:30 a.m.
Wow. Wouldn't believe that, would you?
Just scoot through some of this. Made it back into that by the time they got to the footy oval, there was a roaring gale. They secured seats high up. It was already rapidly filling. Did the B grades?
Boston's beat us by 3 points.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, yes. As the time for the B grade match drew near, the Rangers' rag was flying, black and white flags, balloons, streamers. Ladies and girls decked in black and white began to fill the oval. Duff arrived, so he was there. We got off to a fine start and all seemed well, but young Sampson, after kicking 2 goals and playing the best he'd done for a long time, was carried off with a muscles and tendon injury, unable to take further part. I remember Beth talking about that. And in the latter part of the game, Andy Page, who had been defending stoutly, came off with broken ribs and concussion. And by the end, we lost by 3 points. Mousy arrived at the cabaret on crutches. He hadn't realised how badly he'd been injured until he got cold, but had received a nasty knock quite early in the game. So it was a very dejected team and coach that went off the ground, and everyone was hoping it wouldn't be a bad omen. So that's the B grade. Tension and excitement was intense in the huge crowd, and people far and near, great Flinders, Billy Giles, Ian Marnie? Tom Marnie. Can't read her writing. Tumby Bay and Whyalla as Marble Range ran onto the oval through the cheer squad and a barrage of streamers, and we've got photos of that from Dad. And a deafening roar. It was evident which was the popular team. Waybacks had only their supporters. Despite the wind, the match was a thriller and a test alike of lungs and nerves right to the very end. It was a great team effort by Marble Range. Started with Ainsbury and Carlson as 19th and 20th, and I think had our best possible team. Hully did many clever things, as did Alan Price, so quickly and quietly that we could hardly see them. Peter rucked valiantly.
Ooh, I must have paid her to put that in there.
Nearly the entire match. Especially amazing effort in the vital third quarter. I said that she was slightly biased.
She might not have been.
Dave Sargent, in his return to A grade, made some superb saves. Though in the paper, these are attributed to Neville Parker. Blah, blah. Jeff Edwards had brilliant moments. Young Parker on the wing fully justified Freeman's faith. And Freeman, after he settled down, cut Whitehead out of the game.
After he settled down, he must have been a bit hot.
Yeah, I must have been getting a hiding early on.
Joe Dufek was left a loose man for 1 quarter while Waybacks stacked their back lines. Really got up steam and ran out for the rest of the match. John Morgan, Peter Kahadi.
Yep.
Yep.
State Bank.
Yep. Sharini, Brenton, captain's game. Name them all and they did their bit. Could see it especially by the replay. So there's a replay somewhere. There's a video of it.
Right, we're ready to have the ball up to start the 1978 Port Lincoln Grand Final. From the hit away, it's Marble Range quickly into attack, gathered by Hegarty. Best for Wayback in the preliminary final. Over to Summerton. Summerton into the forward pocket. Almost a good mark there, but knocked away. It's Marble Range coming out of defence there. Well played by that player. Out to the half-back line. In and towards the boundary line, over the boundary. Who was that big player came through in that back pocket there, Kev?
Can't see.
Pick him up.
Camera.
Get him in a minute. 48 it was.
Pedler.
Pedler, that's the boy. From the throw-in. O'Connell hit away. Further down by Brom. To the centre of the ground. Marble Range player infringed in the back to that bloke, and that's Gahardy's kick, centre of the ground, looking to put Marble Range into attack. Left leg into the centre half forward position. Up high, strong fist away by O'Connell, down into the region of Summerton. Summerton out marshalled beautifully by Hull. Hull's kick to the right half forward flank. Strongly into attack into this breeze. That ball's running well down into attack, into the almost into the goal area, and forced through by Waybacks for a minor score. First score of the game coming in favour of Marble Range. I think the wind will have a fair bit of effect on the game today, and it's the team that can capitalise on kicking into the breeze best is the one that's going to really do the job.
You see by that kick out there from the Waybacks fullback, and marked strongly in the centre of the ground by Wayne Hull and penalised a further 15 metres. He takes his kick up over centre half forward, and under the drop of the ball, another free kick picked up to Andrew Chirini for Marble Range, and he'll take a free kick from the true centre half forward region, and he'll send Marble Range into right into the goal square. Chirini right at centre half forward, taking plenty of time. This is a strong breeze behind him. Oh, shocker from Chirini, and screws off the side of the boot and out over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Gee whiz, that was bad luck for Marble Range, Laurie. That player almost seemed to be caught really unsighted on that kick. I haven't seen a player do that for a long time. From the lane away, it's Big O'Connell, down Porter to Porter. Porter's kick up to the centre wing, and it's a good timely mark to Brown. Rome, looking for Ramsey in the centre. High and almost marked by Marble Range. Good hit away there to Pascouli. Pascouli up to the half forward. Picked up there nicely by Whitehead. Whitehead it is. Whitehead, one of the better players for Wayback last week in the preliminary final. McFarlane on the half-back line. Kick forward to the centre wing. A diving mark, and the ball held up into the breeze by Parker. And it's a good mark there to Parker.
Parker now over centre wing, right in front of the grandstand. Edwards it was, he couldn't mark. Now it's Waybacks attempting to clear. Good strong play by Marble Range early in this game, but a free kick picked out by umpire Semler, and Waybacks chance with a clear, chance to clear from the centre wing position.
Ramsey it was.
Ramsey kicks up over past the grandstand now, and a free kick picked out by the umpire for around the neck, and it's Freeman Puckridge to take the free kick. Standing is Mark Whitehead. Puckridge's kick over the centre wing position now. Nearly a good strong mark to Peter Puckridge, but he can't take it. Now it's McLeod with a kick. Backwards and forwards here in front of the grandstand where Wayne Hull takes a good mark. Short kick over to find a teammate in the form of Doug McFarlane. McFarlane up over centre wing, but a strong mark to O'Connell, and he'll send a long kick out of the danger zone once more.
Free kicks going Marble Range way very early in this first term. 5 minutes played.
Scrambly patch of play in the centre of the ground now. No one able to clear the ball out. Umpire Semler coming in for a ball up, and we'll see what comes of this one. Up it goes. Peter Puckridge in ruck with O'Connell. Big tap away by McLeod, but picked up by Doug McFarlane. He kicks up over centre half forward. In the race for the ball is Chirini. Chirini picks up, and he just manages to get the ball onto his boot. Tapped on. Chirini in the race for the ball again. Ooh, strong, hard stuff early in this grand final. No one able to score easily. There's plenty of pressure put on, and that's what grand finals are all about. Bounce up by the umpire once again. Simons taps the ball away. Now it's Sturitsky. Sturitsky with a chance. Handball's over. He kicks up towards centre wing. It's Brown with a handball over to Somerton. Somerton racing around the centre wing. Kicks into the centre half forward region. Here's a chance for Waybacks. Hegarty. Hegarty is over to full forward region. Tapped on brilliantly by Lawrence Richardson. Over to Turner. Turner now onto the left foot. Kicks up into the goal square, but the goal umpire waves out of bounds on the full, and Marble Range with a chance to clear from the back pocket.
Lively looking attack there by Waybacks, but not a good kick by White. Oh, there's a vicious tackle from behind. Keith Stacey, comment on that one.
Yes, but actually the Marble Range boys are going pretty well so far. They're holding the Waybacks into some very undecided stuff. They're hitting the ball a lot, but not getting much effort out of it.
Into the centre of the ground now. It's McLeod with a kick up to centre half forward. Two Marble Range players, and one's freed for around the neck, and a chance for Freeman Puckridge to clear for Marble Range. He kicks up to centre wing, and looking for players and finding them. Alan Price darting away from that mark. Kicks up for Chirini here, but umpire Semler picked that one out too. That was a very obvious one. Push in the back to a player in Anderson it is. Anderson to take the free kick from the half-back flank.
Waybacks player off already low.
Yes, Waybacks player coming off, and an interchange very quickly early in this game. Dunbar off, Barry Brady on. Somerton with the ball right in the centre of the ground. Oh, beautiful long kick right into the goal square. Oh, nearly a strong mark to...
that's a goal.
Bildy it was, and Bildy kicked up very quickly and booted the first major on the board at the 7-minute mark of the first term. That takes the score along to 1 goal to Waybacks, Marble Range 1 behind.
Well, I think he took a punt on that one. I think he kicked it without putting his hands to it before it bounced through the points, and got his foot in a bit of a skill kick and just missed the goal post and went through for a goal.
Yes, good stuff there by Bildy, and that's the first major on the board to Waybacks, and this is a fairly strong breeze they're going with, probably a 5 or 6 goal breeze. They haven't taken advantage of it in the early stages of this grand final. Over to you, John.
It's been good work by Marble Range to hold Waybacks so far in this game. They managed to get away through the agency. A good play by Summit. Now it's Marble Range back into attack. They've attacked strongly early in this quarter.
Beautiful passing.
Almost a 15-metre penalty could have been paid, and it is now, and it's a late decision by the umpire against Haggerty. Kick forward there by McLaughlin, I think it was, up to the centre half forward area. No one can gather cleanly. Farker tried to handball out, now gets it onto his boots. Got Porter out on the back flank. Big long punt kick by Porter's travelled a lot of distance down to the half forward line, but it's well intercepted there by McFarlane. McFarlane's kick, not a good one though, and it gave Waybacks a chance to get right back in. Brady it was. Whitehead's left foot kick down a half forward. Somerton running free out to that pack there. Almost gathered in by Whitehead again, but tapped out over the boundary, and an opportunity in the half forward line once again for Wayback. Scores at this point of time. Waybacks 1 clear goal, 6 points to Marble Range 1 behind.
Free kicks 5-3 and Marble Range's favour, John.
Thanks, Keith. Player handled without the ball was Somerton. Whitehead picked up, kick forward, almost marked there by Bilney it was. Gathered in there by Marble Range and kicked out to the half-back flank. Oh, good mark taken there by Porter over the top of his opponent. Good hook-back kick too. That's where the ball had to go for an opportunity. Pasculi there trying to shep it off, but it's a Marble Range player. And it's Parker I've got here. Parker at half-back to take the free kick. Parker's kick out, mismarked by McLaughlin, put to ground. Players wrestling for the ball, and the umpires coming in now calling for a ball up. Who's the umpire at this stage? Kev, do you know? Kev Aliff?
Cliff Semler from Adelaide.
Cliff Semler, that's a famous name in football circles.
No doubt about that.
Well, Max Harvey down in front of me would remember Cliff Semler pretty well. Down it goes again. That's Parker going through again. Not a good kick by that half-back. And it's gone out to the centre wing position. Dangerously close to the wing, but it's a push in the back to Porter and a free kick going that player's way.
Umpire Semler doing a good job to this stage, being right on the scene of all these infringements. Kick up into the centre half forward region now. It's Farker racing through. He can't clear the ball. Now it's Whitehead. Whitehead with a chance. He's got it out of that pack. Over to Bilney. Bilney in the thick of things. He's a lively little fellow and can't clear it out of the pack, and umpire Semler coming in for another ball up.
Wayback player almost caught without the ball in, but the umpire allowed the benefit to all players to get used to getting rid of the ball quickly. Pick up by Somerton. Oh, that's into the open area. That's a good kick for his side. Richardson in pursuit for the ball. A snapshot by that player. Looks pretty good. We'll wait for the result, but it's offline and through for 1 behind. Looked all right from my angle. Looked pretty close.
Yes, John, it passed right across the face of the goal, and it looked as though it was going to go through. The play so far, John, there haven't been easy kicks as yet. Both teams are playing real close to their opponents, and quite a few scrimmages, but not too many easy kicks. And there's a mark to Whitehead.
It's a chance for the big centre half forward to negotiate a goal for his side. He's still on the downside of the wind, and will be a big kick to get it through, but at least it's going to be given an opportunity, and a booming kick by that player, I think. And we'll wait for the result offline and through for 1 behind. Was a big long load kick into the breeze.
Whitehead's got a few credit marks so far. He's been in the thick of the play when it's come forward, but the Marble Range balls are still holding him out to just the 1 goal.
So he's probably favour of the breeze, and when I say kicking into it, I mean kicking across the face of the breeze. There's a good gather in there by Edwards. Handball on forward to Jihadi. Down further it goes. Good kick by that player. That's a dangerous kick, and a good mark taken there by Marble Range. The umpire's late on arrival again. No one heard the whistle, but it's definitely a mark taken by that player.
Alan Price it is.
I'd have certainly been very disappointed in the umpire had he not paid that one. That was a good clear mark, and Price with a chance now on a very, very slight angle, but shouldn't worry him one bit. No troubles putting that one through, straight through the middle, and a good goal to Price. That draws Marble Range now on level terms with Wayback. 1 goal to 1-1 to Marble Range.
Good direct play there by Marble Range. A lot of method in their play, getting that ball down there. Caught the umpire way out of position, and if you can do that against the wind, well, you're moving that ball around very smartly and very quickly. Yes, Marble Range are performing very well up to this stage. 1-1 on their to their credit, 1-2 to Waybacks, and as we've mentioned before, this is a strong breeze, and at this stage I think they're looking pretty good.
Yes, they're grabbing the ball with a lot more surety than Waybacks at the present time, though.
Yes, there's a lot more method being put into their game than Waybacks to this stage, and it'll be interesting to see whether they can keep that up. Back in the centre of the ground now, umpire similar, big bounce. Top away, no one can get it effectively away. Kick up by Braham it is. Braham up to centre half forward. Now a chance with Barry Turner. He can't pick it up. Umpire similar coming in for another ball up right in the centre half forward region for Waybacks. Up it goes again. Peter Puckridge under the drop of the ball, and he taps it away, but going straight into the arms of Porter. Porter gets it back over his head, over towards Whitehead. Whitehead in the run for the ball. He can't pick it up. Freeman Puckridge it was, dishing it out of that one with a left foot kick. Hand pass over by Hull. Hull into the centre of the ground now.
Well, that player was held without the ball,
I thought he was a little bit unlucky there not to pick up a free kick, and
the hands were up before the ball got to him.
Very true. Bounce up once again. We've had quite a few bounce ups early in this game. O'Connell it is with a hand pass out to Porter. But a free kick for holding the ball there, paid against Porter it was, and a free kick to be taken by... Who's that player there? Simons it is, Brenton Simons. Simons with a good kick against the breeze, up to set half forward, but a strong mark there to Waybacks player in Bradshaw.
Magnificent kick with the ball, this fellow.
Yes, that's a magnificent kick, as Keith said. But Mark paid there. a little bit lucky. Joe Dufek it was to take the mark in the back lines for Marble Range. He kicks up over centre wing. No one able to mark there. Within the run for the ball is McLaughlin. McLaughlin hand passes over to Price. Good play here by Marble Range, setting that loose man up. Chirini now. Chirini, we're looking for Price it was again. Price with a long kick into the breeze, but floating out over the boundary line for a free kick to Waybacks in the right back pocket.
Good play to get it to the half-forward line by Marble Range, but it was a bad kick by that player. He should have at least kept it in the ground and gave his side a chance. Did nothing like that, and a wasted opportunity for Marble Range. Kick back into play. He's gone in the arms of Hegarty. Hegarty, the centre half back for Wayback, and a very good player. Long wobbly kick, but it's reached the centre of the ground. Whitehead over the back, couldn't mark it, gathered in and handballed forward in towards Hull. Hull's kick into centre half forward. Met solidly by a wall of Wayback players, knocked out towards Bradshaw. Bradshaw charging his way through, picked up by Price. Price back into it and flattened by Porter, and umpire had to be close on the scene there. It's an in-the-back ruling to Price. Price now to advantage the ball again for the Marble Range side.
Looked a nice clean hard tackle there. I thought he was a little bit unlucky, but Price a beautiful kick into full forward, and the mark paid to Waybacks in the form of Westbury it is, and Westbury will clear from the full-back position. He goes short to find Glenn Summerton lurching around there by himself, and Glenn Summerton takes a mark in opposition to Hull. Short kick by Summerton, fails to find Braham. Yes, a free kick, pushing it back there to Blair, Jack Morgan it is for Marble Range, and he'll take a free kick without the boot. You can see the boot there on the ground. That it didn't make any difference to his kick. He sends right into the forward area. Unable to clear was a Marble Range player. Now to Alan Price, and Price with a good long kick into goal, but you saw right in the camera there, just offline to the left, and 1- score. Takes Marble Range long now to 1-2, tying the scores with Wayback, also 1-2.
Comment, Key Stacey.
Yes, he kicked the ball exactly where he was facing, but I think he hoped the ball would swing across him. For once it didn't. Went straight to the bar off his boot.
Beautiful long kick out there from fullback, but marked well by Brenton Simons, just over the centre position. Oh, there's good position play by Marble Range. They're setting the loose men up all over the ground and getting away from their Wayback opponents, and it's a good mark to Jeff Edwards in the centre half forward position. Jeff Edwards now. Oh, wobbly old kick. No one able to mark there, but here's a chance for Marble Range. Hooked over the shoulder by Price. Oh, chance there for Doug McFarlane to mark, but he let the ball bounce and it bounced the wrong way. It's David Porter now with a kick over to centre half back. Under the drop of the ball is Fargo, and Fargo takes a timely mark.
I think Waybacks would need to pick their feet up a bit kicking with this breeze. They certainly haven't scored, but I would have thought they should have been at quarter time. Or nearly a good mark to Pasculi. The umpire made that mark from man from behind, and probably a clear pair of hands saw him get that. Kick across to Ramsey. Ramsey now on the centre wing with a chance to advantage. He'd be looking for Whitehead, I would think. The lead's on there, big Whitehead under it, tapped it over the top. Richardson with a snap again. That's good off the boot. It's a magnificent kick by Richardson, straight through the middle, and that's the essence of a very good full forward. Magnificent shot for goal. Comment about that one, Keith?
John, that was very much like the kick that John Stokes did last week when he picked the ball up in the half-forward flank and drove it through from about this angle. And that's a lifting for Waybacks. They needed that.
Yes, I think they need a few more, Keith. They're tailing pretty badly as we get towards the end of this first term. 2 goals, 2-1-2 by Marble Range.
Yes, no, we've heard it before, but the Waybacks ball are a little bit lower on the centre of the ball.
Double fist away from the centre by Fargo. Goes up to centre half forward, but in the race for the ball is the Marble Range defender, and he picks up, clears up to centre wing, but now it's Fargo again with a good long kick up to full for another drop of the ball as though Richardson, and nearly takes a strong mark. I think a ball up here is the decision by umpire Semler. Richardson nearly hang on to that ball long enough to be paid a mark. Ball up now. Peter Puckridge taps away straight into the arms of Jack Burke. He clears over to Dufek, and a penalty downfield. Waybacks can't handle that one. Played on quickly by the winger, and he's asking the umpire if he can. He says so. Over to Jeff Edwards. That's Jeff Edwards for Morgan. Morgan it was. We'll pick him up in a minute.
McFarlane.
Now it's over to McFarlane. Doug McFarlane. Over to
play by Marble Range, and a bad kick once again, Laurie.
Yes, that could have been a vital goal there. Had plenty of opportunity to steady completely. Didn't do so, and was just offline with his kick.
Marble Range have had 2 or 3 opportunities. Kevin would like to make comment.
They've been very intelligent with the use of their ball into the breeze, John, and they certainly used the ball a lot better than Waybacks at this point, and very intelligent work into the breeze, and this is paying handsomely for it.
Certainly is. Free kick going to Fargo on the just backward of centre. He's looking for Ramsey up to the centre wing. Ramsey was caught with the flight of the ball wavering ahead of him. Handballed over to Pascouli, and a scrimmage play in front of our camera position, and a throw-in will result.
Waybacks going very indirect, John, at this stage. Across the ground, and they're kicking with quite a strong burst.
The throw-in was a bit indirect too. Went straight to the arms of Bradshaw, down to Ramsey. Players fight for it once again, and umpire Sattler said, I'll have the ball and we'll bounce it up again, see if we can get the game going in a little bit better semblance of coordination. Bradshaw, big hit away, straight to the arms of Pascouli. Well done, the little rover. Up to centre half forward, players moving into position there. Always a good tap out, favoured way back somewhat. Turner, big player in Turner, but he couldn't out-marshal there by Dufek. Not a good kick by Dufek, allowed way back in through Whitehead. Whitehead running around, looking for an opportunity to kick forward. Does so. Richardson under the drop of the ball, judged it better, off his hand, straight into a teammate, and a snap by that player, and it was Brady, went across the face of goals and through for one behind.
Good pressure by the Marble Range defenders there, forcing that ball through from minor score. Looked dangerous for them, and if they can hold out in the latter part of this first term, then I think they've got to be odds on at this stage to take out the pennant. It's only early yet, but they've held Waybacks very well in this first term.
They certainly have. That wind isn't easing any, and I think it will probably hold its strength for most of the day. Kick in there has found Burke at centre half back. Burke with the chance now, out to the centre wing. Jostling for position there is Edwards. Edwards paid the free kick on the centre wing, and a chance now once again for the Rangers to go into attack. Edwards has all featured fairly strongly in this first term for his side. So has Price, Dufek and several other players. Tap away, indecisive way back, not looking like a good side at the present time. Whitehead and a good mark in between 2 Rangers players there, right in the centre of the ground. We'll see Whitehead with a chance to attack the ball once again. Big kick by that player, a little bloke in Brady there, sitting all unopposed, snaps for goal. Looks reasonably close, but offline once again, and a bad miss by Brady to see Marble Range still defending quite stoutly there. Waybacks popped another point through, and that's 2 goals 4 to them. Marble Range 1-3.
Free kicks 11-6 in Marble Range favour at this stage, John.
Yes, they're playing the ball in front a little better. It's only a couple of highlighted runs by Wayback, which has given them a show to kick goals. Whitehead's lifted his game, and Pascouli, big Bradshaw in the ruck. Porter on the centre wing.
Good kick out from fullback by Sargent. He kicks up right onto the half-back flank. Now a chance for Bradshaw. He handballs over, but it's missed by his teammate into the centre half forward region, and a good mark there to Wayne Brom. It was
an excellent mark, Laurie. He's
running the wrong way
into an opposition player and kept his eye on that player, spun at the last moment, and the ball actually landed in his hands. Quite a unique one.
Good mark there to Brom. Now with a chance for Brom to send right into attack. This is they're kicking from a long way out.
I think it's too far out.
But it's a good wind right behind him, coming in now. He's got plenty of distance, but the accuracy isn't there. That happens so often when you're kicking from a long way out and out over the boundary line for a free kick to Marble Range, right beside the behind post.
Wasting opportunities, Keith.
Oh my word, the Marble Range boys can be very pleased with the effort so far. And they're getting 2 or 3 with a drop of the ball, John, and there's always a man running on for a handball, and they've used the handball to good effect so far, and they've backed their players up, and there's been some good shepherding from the Marble Range players too.
Good mark by Whitehead from that kick out. He's keeping way back in the game at centre half forward. Big kick in by that player. Players fly high, tapped away from Bradshaw, dropped onto the boot of a player there. I couldn't pick him up quickly enough. Now it's Hull pushing his way through the pack. Good play, Dufek up to centre half forward. Gathered in there nicely by Chirini. Chirini's kick forward to the pocket area, looking for a teammate to go well in. The Rangers, if they can break clear. But it's good defensive work there by McLeod to tap the ball forward, force it to free kick. He kept his body in front well, McLeod, to out-marshal the 2 Rangers players who at one stage looked clear winners to go in for a shot for goal.
Well, it was a great effort from McLeod. John, that could have saved a certain goal.
At the 24-minute mark on the first term of the grand final here today, and kicked by McLeod out to centre half back, was marked strongly by a teammate. Oh, clash there, big clash. Now it's Brom with a chance. He can't clear it. Handball over to Graham Parker. Parker kicks up over the centre of the ground. Under the drop of the ball is Staritsky. He can't mark it. Now over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw kicks up over centre wing. Summerton in the run for the ball. He's out-marshalled. Summerton taps it on though cleverly. Now it's Barry Turner. Barry Turner up under the drop of the ball is Lawrence Richardson. A beautiful mark to Richardson. He's on a pretty acute angle. Plays on quickly over into the centre of the ground. Here's Summerton. Oh, brilliant spoil there by Marble Range defenders. That was great play. They're combining well and looking all over worthy grand final opponents today. Perfect's kick up the centre wing is marked strongly. Now over to the past. Oh, brilliant one-handed mark. That would have to be a candidate for the mark of the day. Brilliant mark by Morgan. He kicks up over centre half forward. Marble Range player pulled off the ball. Well, going the other way.
It's a lot closer than that.
Yes, he saw it. He was right on the spot. And free kick paid 2 Waybacks in the centre half back region. 25 minutes gone now in this first term. Good mark there by Hull in the centre of the ground. He's a brilliant player. Wayne Hull, all over a class player, and he's performing well today. Kick over, finds Brenton Sines. He can't pick it up. Recovers well now, and now it's Brady. Brady running around his opponent. Kicks short, but ineffective kicks. Now it's Summerton with a chance. Drop kick by Summerton. Under the drop of the ball. That's a good mark. Brilliant mark by Summerton.
Sitting up there, Laurie.
It's a good mark by Barry Turner, only about 20 metres out, and this is a pretty vital kick as we get towards the end of this first.
Summerton spotted that bloke in the pocket and elected to use a low drop kick to get it quickly to him, and a magnificent pass by Summerton. Full marks to Glenn Summerton. Brought that goal up for Barry Turner, but it was a marvellous pass by Summerton.
Well, the Wayback player coming off.
Another interchange. That takes Waybacks along to 3 goals 4 now, to 1 goal 3 to Marble Range.
Yes. The ball he just saved in the back pocket a few minutes ago as they come off limping very perceptibly.
Dunbar, the player coming on for Wayback. Wayback with a couple of goals now into that tour with the breeze, looking a little better.
Brady going to a half-back flank and Dunbar going into the forward pocket.
Comments there from Kevin O. Thank you, Kev. In the centre of the ground now. Tap away by Fargo. Good tap away. But it's taken by Doug McFarlane. Holding the ball. It is paid by umpire Semler. And it's Jeff Whitehead. He's played a good game in this first term. And it's no fault of his that Waybacks haven't got more goals on the board. Ooh, there's a push in the back to a Marble Range player, and it's Colin Clark to relieve the pressure for Marble Range in the back lines. He passes over to the half-back flank, but under the drop of the ball is O'Connell. O'Connell in the run for the ball, but it's forced out over the boundary line for a throw-in right in front of the Alfred Cat sign.
Big O'Connell's the player who clashed heavily with Tyrrell last week in the preliminary final, and Nigeria was a strong bump. Tap away, goes down, and it's a scrimmage of play there, and no one can decisively get through. Whitehead had a chop at it. He's still working the ball around for himself. Probably held a little bit of possession, and a bit of a push and shove between two players, and to see the umpire Semmler bounce the ball up. In the attack area for Wayback, not a good bounce either. Tapped away. Here's a chance there for Wayback players in a danger area. Ball picked up easily by Billy and snapped towards, but well smothered by the Rangers. In the pocket area over the boundary, and a throw-in results.
Can't be much time left in the first turn now as we see the ball in attack for Waybacks. Boundary throw-in. In it comes. O'Connell and Peter Puckridge it was, picked up, shucked by Price. He kicks up to the boundary line, but it's over the boundary line on the full, and a free kick to be taken here by Waybacks. This will send them right into attack. It's about 55 metres out. Oh, that looks to be a good mark by Farger. Farger paid the mark there, and is still an acute angle, but a chance to send that ball right in through the big sticks.
Farger, being a very dangerous kicker of goals, would be probably the one of few players on the ground capable of pushing this one through the two uprights. Good floating kick by Farger, and exactly that, straight through the middle.
Magnificent goal, John. That was a beautiful kick. One of Farger's best.
We've seen Farger kick plenty of goals up in Whyalla. He's an ex-West Whyalla player, and a brilliant full forward in his day in Whyalla. That's his first goal. That takes Waybacks along to 4 goals 4. Much more respectable score now with this win. 1 goal 3 to Marble Range.
Perfect judgment by Farger to allow just how much he had to push the ball across the face of goals to let the breeze do the rest. 4-4 Waybacks, leading Marble Range 1-3. From the ball up, Farger back in the centre. O'Connell got the bounce over the top, knocked down towards Pascouli. Pascouli looking for a player in Ramsey, handballed over his head, gathered his own ball in again, now going to elect a kick into the pocket area in the avenue of Richardson. Out-marshalled and well played by Marble Range through Sargent. Sargent's kick out to the half-back flank. Porter seems to be in front on the race to the ball out there. Won't arrive on time, and it's out over the boundary, and a throw-in resulting on the left half-forward flank, still in the Wayback favour.
Dangerous kick there, Keith.
No,
First goals.
Throw in now. O'Connell has taken the ball out of the air. He couldn't get it going, and paid for holding the ball by umpire Semmler, and it's Peter Puckridge to take a free kick. As the siren goes to end the first term of the grand final here at Port Lincoln today, 4 goals 4 Waybacks, 1 goal 3 Marble Range.
Pascouli back down right deep in the half-back line. Also a defensive player. From the ball up high, big fist of players there. What's the umpire picked out of that lot?
A little bit of undecision in that decision, I thought there. Peter Puckridge it is to take the kick right from the centre of the ground. He kicks up over the half-forward flank. Under the drop of the ball, nearly a strong mark there to Edwards, but he can't hold it. Now it's Farger battling to get that ball out. No one able to do so. Umpire Semmler coming in for a ball up on the half-forward line for Marble Range. Up it goes. In front is Edwards, but he tapped away by O'Connell. Here's a short kick up under the line of Porter, and Porter takes a good mark in opposition to McLaughlin. Porter now playing a loose man in attack in this in defence in this second term, going against the breeze. Kick up to centre weak, as you saw in the camera there, a good strong mark to the Rangers right in front of the grandstand. Right into centre half forward. That's the sort of kick. Go direct. Edwards under the drop of the ball, blinded by the sun. Now it's Brady. Brady in the run for the ball. He overruns it.
Well played by that player to defend that ball out to the half-back line. That was Westbury. Ramsey in pursuit. So was Farger, gathered in by Hegarty. Hegarty out to the centre wing now, still scrimmaging the ball forward. Good pick up there by Braham. Braham's kick up to the half-forward flank. Found a man in front. It was Big Turner. Turner, handball on quickly to Summit, and Summit's kick gone the full, I think, and will be returned back into play by a Ranger player up there, and I think it's Puckridge.
But unusual for Summit, John?
Yes, he went for low length, Keith, and the ball travelled with the breeze a little too far. Kick back by Puckridge into the centre, and a nice timely mark over the back of the pack by Captain Coach Graham Farger. Farger now looking for someone to pass the ball to, negotiating someone out. That was a good kick by Farger into the breeze, up to the right half-forward flank, and a timely mark by Whitehead. Both sides seem to manipulate the ball better into the breeze than they do kicking with it, which is quite often the case. Chance for Waybacks as a player floored the ball. I didn't think the tackle was on him, but obviously the umpire thought it was, but in the final terms of it, the free kick going in favour of Marble Range. Out to the half-back flank. Players fly high. Gathered there nicely by Simons, overlooking for Price. Price with the run of the ball now captured. That's holding the ball. And the umpire does exactly a different thing altogether and calls it holding on to the man.
I would have said a good decision on that one there. I thought he was holding on to him, and Semler coming in for a ball up on the centre wing position. Bounce up now. Puckridge gets the tap away towards Simons, but it's overrun by both of those players out over the boundary line for a further throw in. In it comes now. Bit of scraggy stuff here. No one able to clear the ball out. Real pressure stuff. Handball away by O'Brien. Coming back to those players out over the boundary line for a further throw in front of the Seacombe Francis sign.
It's young Parker in that scrimmage, Laurie. Apparently has been brought up into the grand final as an ex-Colt player. Won the medal in the Colts. Over the shoulder there, and a push in the back at the same time goes toward the way-back player in Dunbar. Dunbar just a little ahead of the true centre wing position. Low, long drop punt into centre half forward. Oh, nice push and shove, and the umpire was unsighted. We could spot it from here. As well done by Summerton to get that kick from the back, and once again Summerton's kick to the pocket and out on the full. Not a good kick by Glenn Summerton. 2 occasions now in the last few minutes. Out on the full. Kick back by the Rangers, back to the half-back flank, over the top of players. A good running ball for the Marble Range players. O'Connell in front and probably helped along a little bit, but umpire allowed it to play on. Price it is once again. A little too long once again, Price, and the umpire allowed him the benefit of the doubt, and the throw-in results on the outer side wing again.
Yes, the Rangers unable to get the ball into attack early in the second term. They're going with the breeze now, and they're the team that have got to get their ball into attack. Now it's Neville Parker. Parker with a kick up to centre wing. No one able to mark, but through comes Simon. Simon's over to Alan Price. Alan Price on the wrong foot, left boot up to over the centre position. No one able to mark. Forced towards the boundary line. Still kept in play by both players there, and a free kick picked out by umpire Semler to the Marble Range player. He kicks up to centre half forward. Under the drop of the ball is Jeff Edwards, but too far under, and a good strong mark to the way-back defender at centre half back. Hegarty it is. Hegarty up over centre wing. Black and white hand on that one first, but holding the ball there, I thought that was a little bit tough. Freeman Puckridge now running around and playing on quickly, putting his side into attack. Nearly a one-hander there to a Marble Range player. Tapped on by McLaughlin. Over to Jeff Edwards. Marble Range player now on his wrong foot. Plenty of pressure put on Morgan there. Into the centre of the ground. No one able to mark, but it's Kevin Westbury clearing away strongly. Over to Graham Farger. Farger now racing around. Plenty of time there. Kicks up over centre wing. Under the drop of the ball was probably Dunbar, but he pushed his opponent out in Neville Parker, and Parker to take the free kick for a push in the back. He's got to go around his mark, says umpire Semler.
Probably just as well, Laurie, because his kick went nowhere.
It was a shocking kick. got to be direct into the wind, especially in grand finals. You don't get a second chance. Now he's got a chance to play on. Left foot kick up over the half-forward flank. Under the drop of the ball was Westbury. He can't mark it. Forced out now. It was Doug McFarlane. Kick along the ground, forced out over the boundary line for a throw in. Over to you, John.
I don't know what position McFarlane's playing in, whether he's roving or not, but he's been unsighted a couple of times. I thought opportunities went his way, but he hasn't been able to capitalise on them.
He's not riding, John, and changing in that forward pocket.
The forward pocket. Thanks, Kev. Down to Porter. Porter's kick snapped quickly onto the boot. Scrimmage of play there as we see Ramsey caught without the ball. Play on called the umpire. Scrimmage on play there and a ball up results on the outer side wing once again.
I can sympathise with umpire Semery. It's a very difficult game to umpire at the moment. Plenty of scrambles, and he's had to resort to bouncing the ball up on a lot of occasions. Tapped out over towards Hull. He can't pick it up. Now over to David Porter. Porter up over centre half forward. Under the drop of the ball, but fisted away by Magpie defender. Over towards Neville Park. Left foot kick into the centre of the ground, and a strong mark there to a Wayback player on centre wing. Kicks up over the half-forward flank. Under the drop of the ball. Looks to be a demon mark there in the form of Whitehead. Whitehead's taken plenty of marks today, and that's another good strong mark there. Kick up towards the full-forward position. Under the drop of the ball and in good position was David Sargent, the full-back for Marble Range, and he takes a timely mark. Goes around the flank quickly. Over towards Steve McLaughlin. He's under the drop of the ball. Plenty of pressure put on by the Wayback player there. 2 bounces. 3 bounces, tagged, and yes, that was the free kick. That was the decision, and free kick paid to Steve McLaughlin there, hanging on without possession of the ball, and McLaughlin to take the free kick.
Professional free kick there, John.
Was a good professional free kick by Sturitsky. The method of play was really on, and Sturitsky had to stop the motion. Good kick down. That's Price, I think. I can't spot his Guernsey. That's Price with the mark on the right half forward flank. Now to give the Rangers a chance once again. Good screw punt right into the teeth of goals. Players fly higher. Way back pair of hands goes up. Ball brought to ground, and scrimmage holding the ball there. My goodness me, you're holding the ball, and that's a red hot one right in the goal square. That's a certain free kick going to Marble Range from a fairly doubtful decision by the umpire.
He had no other alternative. He knew he was in the goal square. He couldn't dish the ball out. He just had to lie on it. There's the goal by Chiretti. His first goal, Marble Range's second, the first of his term. They go to 2-3 now. 4 goals for 2 Waybacks. As we go to about the time.
About 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes into the second term, with Marble Range going with the wind.
Yes, a good close game at present. 4 goals for Wayback, still holding an advantage over Marble Range. That's their first lunge in this quarter, and they managed to get a good goal right in the goal square. And I'd like to make a comment about the free, Keith.
Yes, I think he's been a bit inconsistent with his holding the ball. He's been giving them the man with the ball not very much chance to get rid of it. Now after it, kicking it straight into the Wayback half-forward line, but marked very strongly by a Marble Range player.
Dufek, a strong half-back player. He kicks up over the centre of the ground. Tapped on there by player. Now it's Peter Puckridge. He can't pick it up. Over towards Graham Parker. He kicks into full forward. Chiretti it is again. He's bustled off the ball, pushed over, no free there. Over to Chiretti again. Kick by Chiretti, well offline, out over the boundary line for a free kick, and that's to be taken by Pascouli. Pascouli plays on quickly, up to half-back flank. Good clearing kick over to Glenn Summerton. He marks strongly. There's a Summerton on quickly to...
beautiful pass by Summerton on the left.
Beautiful pass on the left boot. Over centre wing now, and a good mark there to the player. Can you pick that one up, Kevin? Into the centre of the ground now. In the race for the ball is Price. Price over short kick with the right boot there now. Over towards Peter Gahardi. Gahardi into centre half forward, and a mark there by Morgan in opposition to Summerton. Morgan, that's the way. Go long. Right into the goal square. No one able to mark. Now Bradshaw. Bradshaw clears out to the centre of the ground. In the race for the ball is Dunbar. Dunbar handballs over towards Ramsey. Ramsey now, straight into the Marble Range player. Peter Puckridge now with the ball. Short indirect kick into the centre of the ground. Completely overrun by Dufek. Dufek battling on though. He made the mistake and recovered very well. Good play by Dufek. Oh, good strong grand final stuff here today. Over the shoulder there, I would think, yes. The free kick to Marble Range in the form of Joe Dufek. Battling on well there right from the half-back flank. He was the one that was put under pressure by the poor kick into the centre of the ground. But he recovered well.
Yes, the Marble Range boys are still a little bit indirect. When they've been direct, they've kicked a goal and look like kicking another one, but they keep holding that flank, they won't kick too many goals.
Yes, they're on the wrong side of the ground, Keith, I agree with you. Farker's making sure at centre half-back that that's the side they're going to stay on too. That's the side he's elected to kick the ball on. Out towards the centre wing, players fly, almost a double grab mark by Marble Range player there. And that was Parker again, and the scrimmage on play will see the umpire ball up once again.
Seen plenty of bounce-ups today, John.
Yes, a lot of players around the ball too. They're probably the best part of 15 players around the ball there. From the ball away, there's Bradshaw and Puckridge, I think it was. The tap down towards the flank area, and Farger late on arrival by McFarlane there, giving Farger an extra urge along the boundary. Out over the boundary, a throw-in results once again. Bradshaw in there, along with P. Puckridge. Knocked down, good passage through there. Here's a chance for Marble Range. McFarlane with it now. Not a good kick by McFarlane, but it made the man he wanted to go to, but put that player under a lot of pressure as that kicks forward. Edwards couldn't mark. Knocked down, gathered in nicely by Wayback, kicked out of defence, but not a good kick once again, and a good timely mark taken there by Peter Girardi. Gerhardy, is it? Gerhardy.
John, the reason why there are so many scrimmages is that there's not a forward pocket up at the way back end, no half-forward flanks, the half-forward flanks are down the wing.
Torpedo punt in forward into the pocket. Yeah, good judgment on that, Keith. The Waybacks have got a lot of players in defence, and it's bottling the forward line up from Marble Range. Whilst kicking with the breeze, they are able to score big ones easily. 4 goals for Wayback, still leading Marble Range, 2 goals 3. We're watching Graham Farger put the ball out of defence for the Wayback side on the back pocket area. Big long kick by quite marked there by Wayback. Scrimmage on play there and forced out over the boundary, and a throw-in results once again on the centre wing area.
John, we'll be happy to see that ball going over the boundary line so often too, because it's not allowing the Marble Range balls to get into the right position to score.
From the throw-in, Bradshaw in front, tapped down, Ramsey caught without the ball, play on called the umpire, free kick going Marble Range way, and that's a free to young Parker.
Free kick 7-2 in this, again in Marble Range's favour in this quarter.
Kick by Parker up forward, couldn't be marked by Marble Range. Now it's gathered in there by Brady. It was Brady scrimmaging around and under the play there, and the ball man with the body over the balls received the free kick, and that's going the way of Brady. Brady, half-back flank. Waybacks defending fairly stoutly in this quarter, and we've played almost 15 minutes. In this quarter, there's the big strong mark taken there by Dunbar. Dunbar at the centre wing area to attack the ball going for Wayback. Kick 2 half forward. Whitehead unsighted under it. Gathered there nicely by Turner. Turner's kick lolly pass up into the pocket area looking for Summerton. Summerton will do something with it. Snap in towards by Summerton, in towards the goal, but offline and through for 1 behind.
It was a good kick under pressure, John.
It was a likely looking kick, Keith. He was certainly going to give it the opportunity in the square, but didn't pull it back quite far enough.
Kick out by the fullback now, up over centre half-back. A little drop of the ball was 2 or 3 big players there, but Bradshaw it is. David Bradshaw comes out with the mark, and he'll send his side back into attack. Good strong kick against the breeze too. Under the drop of the ball is Summerton. He can't mark. Plenty of pressure there. Now it's Brom. Brom, that's strong play. The free kick paid to Wayne Brom. He was the battler. He was the one going for the ball, and his efforts were rewarded by a free kick paid by umpire Semler about 35 metres out from goal on a fairly acute angle, but a chance to put it in further in.
Lucky for Marble Range there, Laurie. That bump, he got a bump right up the front that went straight into the arms of the opponent, who had no choice but to hang on to him.
Now it's Brom. Let's see what he can do with this one against the breeze. He's getting into the goal square. Under the drop of the ball was Dufek. He can't mark. Now it's Bradshaw again, pushing the back there, paid to Peter Puckridge, the ruckman for Marble Range.
Throw against Bradshaw it was, Laurie.
Throw, was it? I was just watching the signal of umpire Semler there. Kick out over into the centre of the ground now. Alex Turetsky it is. It's around his ankles. He couldn't work out where it was. Handball's over to Somerton. Forced into the centre half forward region now. Wayne Hull, he can't pick the ball up. Very scrambly play in the second term. There's plenty of players on this ball. Now it's Porter. He handballs over to Jeff Whitehead. Whitehead over. Oh, a chance for Simons now. Hull it was. Hull kicks into the centre of the ground, finds Morgan, and Morgan takes him out. Plays it on quickly. Oh, not a real good kick up to centre half forward. It was Westbury, he couldn't mark it. Over to Alan Price. Price handballs over again. Kicks right into the goal square now. Looked like a push in the back. Yes, paid there by the Wayback defender, pushed his opponent right in the middle of the back and picked up by Semler, a free kick about 35 metres out.
Bit of a ticky-touch with one there, I think. Laurie, is a little bit of jostle between both players and a good acting job there by the full forward, and if they come off, that's the result. One goal.
Yes, I don't think there's anything in that one at all, John.
Just trying to pick up the player who kicked it, actually.
I think it was Edwards, Jeff Edwards it was, for Marble Range, his first goal. That takes them along to 3 goals 3, 4 goals 5 to Waybacks.
Good tight stuff, and about 20 minutes been played in this quarter so far.
I suppose we've got to expect a tight game. The 3 occasions they've bet this year, there's only been a point separating the two sides on each of those 3 occasions. Pretty evenly matched. Tapped away by O'Connell. Now it's Chirini. Chirini with a left foot kick up to centre half forward. Under the drop of the ball was Edwards again. He can't mark. Over to Hegarty. Hegarty handballs over to Chirini. Chirini pushes the ball back. Morgan it is. Morgan over to Price. Price now with a chance. He breaks the tackle, kicks up into the full forward area, but 3 for a minor score, and that takes Marble Range along to 3 goals 4, trailing by 6 points. Waybacks 4 goals 4.
Under pressure, it was a good snap by Price. A little slow to get his kick away to begin with and allowed the tackle to come on him, but when he did get the kick away, it looked pretty good off the boot, but didn't have the momentum to travel through the goal post and went through for one behind.
Well, Price is playing his ruck rover position very, very well. He's handling the ball a lot and covering a lot of territory.
Kick away up there by Somerton out to the half-back line. Going through there was number 6, and that's Brown. Brown couldn't gather the ball in before the boundary line came up, and the throw-in will result once again.
Brown's playing a good solid game too, John. He's handling the ball quite a lot and doing something with it most of the time too.
Tapped down by Farker, goes to Summit, and Summit up to the right half forward flank. Way back through the agency of Porter. Lost the ball, taken away by Wayback, but it's gathered in once again. Kick forward by Dunbar. Players coming through hard and strong there. Turner couldn't put the tackle on strongly onto McLaughlin. Came through, and it's Porter with the kick again into a danger area, but it's all Marble Range with the opportunity to clear here. The handball was on. Well done. They're up to that player, the full-back, into the centre of the ground. And Mark...
questionable mark, I thought.
Yes, 4 hands on the ball, but the tallest player being paid the mark. I thought he had the biggest bite of the cherry anyway. Down it goes, and Chirini it is once again in the centre wing position. He's in everything for the Rangers today. Good torpedo punt on this occasion. Hegarty battling again, once again with that player. The free kick wasn't coming your way this time, lad, and it was Hegarty who kicked the ball out of defence. Over towards Somerton. Somerton up to the centre wing, where it's Ramsey standing all on his own. Play on's the essence, but the handball was not a good one, and back it goes to Ramsey. Ramsey's kick to the centre of the ground, allowed the Marble Range to do something and push the ball back into their attacking area. Gathered in nicely there by Gerhardy. Handballed across to Price. Price has snapped once again. His kicking's let him down very badly. In the first term he had a couple of opportunities which were let down by bad kicking, and already in this term once again a couple of opportunities let down by bad kicking.
Marble Range not getting anything out of Hull, John. He's dropped right out of the game. Somerton's got on top, and they badly need him if they want to get a couple of quick goals here.
Yes, he's usually around the best player mark for that side, and we haven't mentioned his name a lot today already, so obviously he's being held pretty well.
I think the point is, John, that the Hull's been playing the centre and Somerton's been waving, and they've been looking for Somerton when they've been kicking out of the fence. You can get a lot of kicks that way.
Into the centre of the ground now. Under the drop of the ball is Dufek. Dufek takes a good mark, and he'll send his side right into attack again. Big Dufek on centre wing. Goes for a drop kick on this occasion and looks for Jeff Edwards. Finds him right on the chest with a good pass. Edwards now up over centre half forward. Oh, good strong mark there to Greg Anderson. Anderson playing in the back lines and a good mark on that occasion.
I think he's too tall for his opponent, and Marble Range need to get a taller player down in that area to take some marks.
Forced out over the boundary line now for a throw-in. Still in Marble Range's attacking area, but they're not going direct enough. They need a couple more goals in this second term.
Up to the centre wing now. Back again through Dufek. Dufek's kick to centre half forward, looking for Gahadi. Gahadi couldn't mark it this time. Staritsky's hot on his hammer, but the handball's good to Price. Not a bad looking snapshot this time by that player, and straight through the middle it goes. And a good goal this time by Price. Sees Marble Range now coming up along with their score. 4 goals 4 now to Waybacks 4-5.
Second goal to Alan Price. He's a damaging player. If he can get that ball and get out into the open, he's the most damaging player for Marble Range.
Certainly a fine pass by Price coming into the forward area. Price kicked 2 and missed 2, and probably a couple of opportunities as well that probably were not scores at all, but could have been scores had he been able to kick the ball into play a little better. Good tight game of football here, and it's probably around 22 or 3 minutes played in this quarter so far. 1 point the difference in favour of Wayback. Knock away by Fargo, down towards the centre wing. In pursuit of it there is Parker. Parker captured it in nicely, looking for someone further afield now. Well done, lad. Kicked into centre half forward. Players battle for it. No one can mark it decisively. Edwards' handball over there. Didn't find his teammate. Coming through was Pascouli. Good opportunity here for Marble Range. Good handball on. Handball on it is to McLaughlin. McLaughlin's kick once again offline, and very bad kick by McLaughlin, and I can't understand why these players don't settle down a little and time their kicks in towards the square instead of blazing away. Kick back by Waybacks into O'Connell. O'Connell's very good mark on the half-back line.
The ball's been running with the breeze today. I think that's probably why both sides have looked better going in against the breeze. The ball's been hanging up and they've been able to do a bit more with it going against this breeze. Freeman Puckridge, he drops quite an easy mark there at centre wing. Up, hand pass over into the centre of the ground by Marble Range now. Price in the race for the ball. Short kick now over to centre wing. Here's a chance now. McLaughlin it is again. Steve McLaughlin into the centre square. Passes right. And that's a good one.
Free kick.
Free kick it was picked up by umpire Semler. I was watching the ball.
I reckon if anyone wanted a free kick given there, that was the goal umpire, because I tell you what, he was really amazed. I don't think he knew what he would have had to done there, Keith, would you?
No, the interference was much the same as he gave before, but it was definitely, you could see he played the free kick. Marble Range supporters thought it was all right, but...
Well-sided Keith. Tap away by Fargo from the throw-in. Now it's a handball over to Pedler. Pedler again over to Price it is, I think. He can't pick it up. Now it's Chirini. Chirini on his left boot. Then this looks a good one. That's straight through the big sticks. That's
Jack Morgan.
That one wobbled a little bit too, and I reckon his captain coach might have been a bit hot on him if that hadn't gone through, because he certainly should have settled down and had a more casual kick at goal off of a free kick.
That's Marble Range's 4th goal in the second term now. They go to 5 goals 4, leading Waybacks now. They'll pick the front. 4 goals 4 to Waybacks. That's the first time we've seen the Magpies in front today. In the centre of the ground. O'Connell taps away. Fargo can't gather the ball in. Yes, a free kick paid out to Porter it is. Porter playing quite well for Waybacks. He kicks over centre wing. Under the drop of the ball, there's only the Marble Range player in Gahadi. Gahadi onto his left boot. Onto McLaughlin. Oh, one-handed. Taking it, perhaps a little bit easy by McLaughlin. Now it's a chance for Gahadi again. 2 good passages of play that Kahadi's featured in there, and good timely marks by that player. Left foot kick again, right in front of the grandstand. Unable to mark was Bradshaw. Now it's Chirini in the race for the ball with Fargo. Well, pushing the back to Fargo. You saw that one on your camera. Chirini demonstrating to the umpire, but Fargo with a free kick and a chance for him to clear. John.
Look for someone, I should think.
Fargo now out wide, looking for someone further afield. Ramsey high, couldn't take the mark. Right out wide, players running for the ball. Turner couldn't quite capture it. Out-marshalled, handled by Turner, and a free kick going the way of Parker. Young Parker playing quite well on his wing, and I feel that he's probably getting the upper hand in that position. Kick in, not a good one though by Parker with the breeze behind him. The lad should have kicked along the ball and that, but it went straight to O'Connell. O'Connell's pass timely up to the right half forward flank and out on the lead as well, nicely marked by Dunbar. Left foot kick by Dunbar, further forward, going up towards Whitehead. Whitehead flattened from behind. The free kick going to Freeman Puckridge.
Couldn't understand that throw, John.
No, I couldn't either, Keith. I called it as it happened, but Whitehead must have had a handful of Guernsey or something. Good battle by two players, but the ball's finally picked up by Marble Range, intercepted by Sturridge for Waybacks, and knocked out over the boundary, and a throw-in results right in front of our camera position.
27-minute mark in the second turn now. Throw in right in front of the grandstand. Over to Porter. Porter onto his left boot. So there's three Magpies. It bounces wrong. Now it's Bildy. Bildy with a short kick, just bounces in front of the boundary line for another throw in front of the big crowd here today at Port Lincoln. Throw in now. O'Connell takes the ball out of the air, but kicks straight up to find an opponent at centre half back. He kicks up over the wing. Under the drop of the ball was Anderson. He can't mark it.
Must be very close to the siren time as we see a scrimmage of play there, and Anderson came down rather hard underneath the charging. That's the siren to see Marble Range leading at the half-time break.
This is it! This is it! This is it! Lounge discounters have gone insane during their wholesale madness sale. This ultra-comfortable high-back suite in velvet or Berber should be over $700, but at Lounge discounters, $398. That's around normal wholesale price. This beautiful matching dining suite in velvet or Berber, 6 chairs and extension table, only $398. At these prices, you'd be mad not to come and take it away.
Puckridge, free kick paid to Hegarty, it is, centre half back for Waybacks. He'll go around the wing position. Nice drop punt. Under the drop of the ball is Frederick Puckridge. You saw that one. Beautiful one-handed mark there at centre wing. He goes long back onto the half-forward flank. Hegarty it is. He tried the one-hander. It didn't come off that time. Hegarty now trying to tap that ball out. Now he does that. Over to Brown. Brown under the ball. Umpire Semler coming in for another throw up on the half-forward line for Marble Range.
From the ball up, O'Connell couldn't get to it. Good hit away by was Puckridge. Puckridge down into the forward pocket area. It's a good running ball for Marble Range if they can capitalise on this one. Hit away by Fargo, didn't go anywhere. Edwards in there now. Dropped the ball when tackled. Player called the umpire. Has it again now. Good hand pass out. The snap through. That's a good goal for Marble Range. And a vital one to Simons. Simons, the skipper, took the handball from Edwards, and a very good goal to the Rangers, and they needed that one to really put their forces forward.
Right, we won an award for the goal of the day. That one would go close. A brilliant goal there in the early minutes of the third.
Well, with inspirational stuff from Simons, picked the ball up and sought for that goal and really put it through without any doubt at all. And the Marble Range supporters went wild at the end where that goal was kicked.
Ball up in the centre there with O'Connell and Puckridge. Knock away by O'Connell down towards Whitehead. Whitehead's got 2 or 3 players on him. High tackle on a Marble Range player, and that's Dufek playing a good game at centre half back today and getting the ball back into attack. Up to the half forward area. Players fly high. Oh, good fist over the top. It was well done. Tapped down. Player called the umpire as Fargo charges his way through the pack. Player on Tregenza on the ground and just lightly handled. That was another ticky touch wood free kick, but the umpire I think needed to get the ball out of the scrimmage. Tregenza's kick down towards the centre wing. Whitehead up high. Bounces off the chest of Marble Range player in... can't pick him up, number 12 there for you. He's a new player on the ground. I haven't got him on my list. That switch Guernsey's on us, Laurie, makes job easy. Now it goes towards Brady. Brady's kick off the side of the boot and was probably just as well for that player because he was kicking it to no one. This time it went to his teammate and it was Turner's kick up forward, looking for Richardson well out on the lead and a good mark taken by Richardson.
Went far for where Richardson kicked that goal before.
Richardson on the right half forward flank there now, and he's lining up very astutely. Camera right behind him. That's a nice looking attempt for goal. That looks pretty close, but I think maybe just wave it offline at the last moment and just skipped across the left side of the left goal post and through for one behind. Score's pretty tight here now. The Rangers still 6 goals for, leading Waybacks who are 4-5. Wayback kicking with the aid of a slight breeze. Seems to be more across the ground than favouring the right hand end now. It doesn't appear to be any decisive thing, as you can see the ball going up into the so-called breeze, over the top, not marked, gathered in there by McLaughlin, handball out, but free kick going to Porter. Porter for Waybacks to take the free on the centre wing. Coming right back across into the breeze, over looking for Pasculi. Pasculi quick to realise where the ball has to go. Kicks it there, precise kick too, looking for Richardson. Richardson well out in front. Everyone parts to let Richardson through in a timely little left foot kick straight across to Graham Farger. And as I mentioned once earlier in this game, that boy, what a dangerous kicker for goal this player is.
They need this goal too, John. Game slipping away a little bit.
4 goals, 6 Waybacks at the present time. Marble Range 6-4 as we see the kick away by Farger. That looks pretty close, and the umpire has no trouble. Straight through the middle and a good goal to Farger at the early part of this third term to take them up to 5 goals, 6 now, and Marble Range 6-4.
That's their first goal since the first term, as they creep up a little bit closer now to Marble Range, and they've got to do a lot of attacking in this third term. This is the real vital quarter for the whole grand final here today.
Farger's playing a very good game, Lowell. He's reading the play very well, and that time was no exception. He made position extremely well. Waybacks going to attack again with a good pass out to the right flank, and Pasculi takes it.
They've realised the attack wing, the right attacking side of the ground, and the players for Wayback now starting to marshal their forces on the attacking side of the ground. Richardson over the top of Whitehead, well gathered there by Marble Range to fight out a defence. Kicking down to the centre wing, man in front, couldn't quite take the mark. Hegarty buffeting his way through, caught a player, a good decision by the umpire to call play on. Farger running away with that kick there into centre half forward, but it's all Marble Range, and we see a good timely mark taken by Clark. Clark on the half-back flank, out looking for McLaughlin. Intercepted there nicely there by Gerhardy. Gerhardy's kick up forward. Players in pursuit there. Staritsky gathered the ball, but too close to the boundary line. The throw-in results once again on the outer side of the ground.
Throw in now, right on centre wing. We see O'Connell and Puckridge doing battle again, but little Chirini sharks the ball from the throw-in, kicks awkwardly up onto the half-forward flank, but it's a Wayback player clearing a big long kick back right into the centre of the ground. Ball shark ball there by a player in Hull, Wayne Hull. Oh, and a good mark there. Good mark by Jeff Edwards. Another quick pass over into the centre half forward region, finds Alan Price. Alan Price takes a mark in the centre half forward. Price and Hull, they're two of the players that Marble Range need to fire in the latter or the second half of this grand final today.
It's a long way out, Laurie.
Long way out from goal. It'd be a brilliant kick to get that one. But look at the boot. That is a magnificent kick of goal straight through the big sticks, and that could be one of the big goals that decide this grand final here at Port Lincoln today. A brilliant goal by Price. That's his third. As we see Marble Range go to 7 goals for Waybacks 5-6. Comments, Keith?
Lowell, that breeze has swung around a little bit, but that was still a magnificent kick into the breeze, and no style from when it left the ball will look like missing. That's a great lift for the Marble Range side, and the Waybacks will need to go back to attack very quickly before this game slipped away.
Yes, the breeze everyone's mind at the present time. Not too many know what's going on with that breeze. As you can see, the ball's being attacked fairly comfortably up into the breeze. Well hit away there and down into the arms of Porter. Porter for Wayback. Out wide, in front, a good mark taken there by Parker. That young Parker's played a good game on his wing today.
He really has.
Good mark for the lad.
Very good boy. Nice kick by Parker up to the left half forward flank behind Hegarty. Man in front should be paid that mark. He had his hands on it along with Hegarty, and always the man in front's to be paid. That's Edwards again. Edwards starting to feature fairly strongly in this game. He handballed the ball out, which got them their first goal in this quarter by their captain in Simons, and now it's Edwards once again, left half forward flank. Tried to float the ball with the breeze and pushed his kick too hard, straight across out on the full, and the kick in will result by Wayback.
John Edwards played very well in the first quarter at centre half forward too. He's now coming back into the game, as you say.
Anderson it is with the kick-off right in the back pocket. He goes, decides to go to the other side and to find Glenn Summerton, the medalist from Port Lincoln this year. Summerton runs around his opponent onto his left boot and a big long kick over centre wing, but in front is Joe Dufek, strong half back today for Marble Range, and he takes a good strong mark. Goes short into the middle of the ground to find Wayne Hull, and Hull dropped by Staritsky after he took the mark. 15 yards played out by umpire Semler, and that brings Wayne Hull 15 metres closer to goal. He decides to go short again, looking for Gerhardy, and Gerhardy's marks well on the right half forward flank. He's a left footer, and he'll come around and boot right into his attacking area. Yeah, nice left foot kick right in towards the goal square. Under the drop of the ball, and that looked a strong mark to Jeff Edwards. Jeff Edwards coming into the game strongly in this third term. He's been a nice steady player for the Magpies all day, and things are looking pretty good at the present time for the Magpies as they lead at the present time 7-4 the Waybacks 5-6.
Comment there. That one as you see straight through the middle.
Great mark again, John. This fella, he's the real big, he's the big gun player for Marble Range up forward. He's a beautiful pair of hands, strong. He gets back into the game. It's going to be curtains for Waybacks here. But Hull, he's the fellow that we wanted to see more of, and he's certainly good in this third term. And if this fellow fires in the second half, the pressure's really going to be back to the Waybacks side.
Thanks, comments, Kevin Abiff. Ball back in the centre now as we see Marble Range kicking their advantage forward. 8 goals for now, leading Waybacks 5-6. There's the hit away by Puckridge, gathered by Farker, intercepted there again, and it's McLaughlin out in the lead for the ball, but it's gathered in nicely by Burke. Burke disposed of the ball and holding the ball rule against Burke, and it goes to the agency of Porter. 15-metre penalty too given against Gerhardy, or Burke it was, one of those two, and it's going now for Porter. Porter now with the kick to centre half forward. It's got Whitehead under the drop, and a big fly by Turner, couldn't mark it, picked up by Hull. Hull's coming into it as Kevin Ailiff said a moment ago. Strong clash of players there, Staritsky and who's that player down there? Sharini it is. Good solid player, Sharini, and he met solidly with Staritsky in somewhat of an accidental type clash. He's in all sorts of trouble, and the kick's going to be taken by Gerhardy. Left foot kick, not a good one. Found the arms of McFarlane. McFarlane now, quick to play on, realising their advantage into the breeze. Hegarty in front. Oh, Edwards over the back and almost took the mark. The umpires played it, and I agree with that one. He certainly had grip of the ball. Brought it to the ground. A good mark by Edwards, and 2 strong marks in this quarter in the last 5 minutes has given an advantage to his side.
But you're right with your prediction there, Kevin. He's a focal point at centre half forward, and when he's firing, the Magpies look real good.
Marble Range players are playing with a lot more precision now. They're looking for their men, and they're backing each other up well, and they're looking good.
Let's wait for the decision. That's just through the middle there. The umpire moved quickly across to his left, but through the middle as the crowd comes to life here now, and a lot of black and white banners being waved around the fence. No doubt Marble Range have got all their supporters here today, and Marble Range haven't played in the grand final before, have they, Kev?
I think John, but it's probably well before my time,
Yes.
but I don't think they've been able to notch a winner as yet.
Right, thanks, Kevin. Kevin Olaf.
From 5th position last year, they missed out on the 4 in 77, so they're really pulling out all stops to make this one a winner today.
That's a big advantage to Marble Range at this point of time in the third term, and this is the part of the third term that they really need to give Waybacks a real jag along there, and Waybacks now looking down the barrel. Knock away. Things are flying high for Marble Range. Puckridge bumped forward. Knocked off the ball was Burke. Scrimmager play in there, and things are getting a little bit torrid as Wayback realise now they have to put their head and shoulders over the situation and make sure they get in for the hard ball. There's the big hit away again by Puckridge, gathered by Porter, snapped back into the centre of the ground. A good timely mark taken by F. Puckridge. Freeman Puckridge it is, with a left foot kick up to half forward. Good mark there, taken by Morgan. Morgan left half forward flank, quick to get the ball into attack. Hegarty seems to be the man in position. But over the back again, Edwards. Play on a good decision by the umpire. That came off Hegarty's hands, and that's a better mark. But a free kick in the back to Bradshaw, and things getting a bit flurried here in the third term, as it's a very vital quarter, and both sides realising just that. Kick by Bradshaw, not a good one. Whitehead couldn't mark it. Turner went to ground. Tregenza it was. Player caught from behind and a little too long to get rid of the ball, and Whitehead now coming back with a free kick. Centre wing.
Kick over centre wing now by the Waybacks player into the arms of Brent Simons. Brent Simons takes a timely mark. He's the man that kicked up first brilliant goal in this third term, and he'll kick over centre wing back into his attacking zone. Under the drop of the ball is a group of players, but no one can mark on this occasion. Legging there to a Wayback player, and a free kick paid to Brady.
Laurie, I've noticed the runners of both the sides getting right in the middle of the play. They're creating a little bit of interference with the movement of the ball there. Getting right in the way of all the players trying to move about.
Good comment, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin. Kick by Fargo after that mark. Over under his half-forward line. Lawrence Richardson under the drop of the ball, and he takes a strong mark. He's a pretty hefty sort of player, John, but a good full forward, kicked a lot of goals. He's about 70 metres out, but with the advantage of this breeze, he'll send his side right into attack. They need goals now. Drop punt is the order of the game. Look at that kick. That's right in the line of the camera. Magnificent goal. That would cover 70, 75 metres. Over to you, Keith.
That would take the trick so far as goal of the day. That was a beautifully judged goal. Richardson, that's his second goal, third goal. Second goal for the quarter. When did he kick for the day, Kim? That's three, that's right. I thought he kicked three. Now, he's a very experienced player, and a beautiful kicker of the ball.
Two, sorry. Got one this quarter and one earlier. One in the first half. It's a beautiful goal by Richardson, though, as you said, Keith. He had judged the win beautifully. Bradshaw up high. Puckridge in there too. Puckridge the shorter of the two. Couldn't get it away. Over to Porter. Porter playing hard for his side. In under the ball is Fargo, and Graham Fargo holding the ball down under a scrimmage of players and a ball up results.
Magpies playing real desperate stuff now as they've got maintained this lead now into the third term, increased it, and things are looking good for them. Into the centre of the ground. No one able to get the ball clear. Umpire Semnall blowing the whistle for another ball up in the centre square. Up it goes. Bradshaw and Puckridge again. Sharked by a little fella for Wayback. Kicked it over the centre, tapped on by Pasculi. Then here comes Summerton. No, he can't. Overruns the ball. Freeman Puckridge picks up. Now it's a chance for Porter. Porter it is, runs around. He's got two opponents. Spotted off the boot by Alan Price. Price in the run for the ball. Stawitsky running through there, but can't block the tackle. Gahardy it is. Gahardy left foot kick up to the 4-4 area. Under the drop of the ball was Burke. He can't mark it. Now it's Kevin Westbury with a mark on the half-back line for the Demons.
Things livening up here at the beautiful Centenary Oval at Port Lincoln. So we see the kick out of defence by Waybacks. Big O'Connell, or was it Bradshaw it was, reached high above the pack and took a very, very timely mark. Bradshaw's kick up to the half-forward line, fly from behind by Tregenza, taken off hands there by Puckridge. F. Puckridge it was, handballed on. This is P. Puckridge. And over the player tackled without the ball there, legged almost, and play on called the umpire. Good decision. No decisive free going that way. Over the top, people scream as they thought the Marble Range player had taken that mark, and the scrimmage play there. Bradshaw tapping the ball out underneath him. Ball going out through Bildy. Bildy up towards, couldn't pick him for you. Whitehead kicked off the ground. Players fighting hard for it. Gathered beautifully by 13 it was in Puckridge again. Still coming through with the ball. Pedler it is. Pedler's handball out. Across it goes to Parker. Parker caught high and a free kick going that player's way. Right half forward, left half forward, flank. Marble Range running hot at the present time. They're 9 goals for at this stage and Waybacks 6-6.
Young Colts medalist playing in his first A-grade grand final, and he's rose to the occasion admirably. He's playing a good game for Marble Range. Really had his neck pulled off. He kicks right into the goal square. That's a good kick against the breeze. And a mark there to Hegarty it is in the back lines for Waybacks. Hegarty now kicking long. Under the top of the ball is McLaughlin. He can't mark, but he follows it up in the race for the ball with David Porter. Forced towards the boundary line. Kept in play by Porter. Held onto it too long. Good play there by McLaughlin. Not allowing Porter any chance of getting the ball away, and he takes the free kick. Kick short, but into the man. Oh, good strong stuff there. Handball over to Chirini. Chirini has nowhere to go. Now handballs over to McLaughlin. Short kick over into the centre of the ground, over Price's head. Price still with a chance to kick further afield. Now it's the bag. It could have been in the back there. Parker it is again. Parker loses track of the ball. Over to Waybacks player. He runs wild over the centre of the ground. It was. Oh, good spoil there by Marble Range. Richardson in the run for the ball with Sargent. Short kick into the centre of the ground now. Plenty of Magpie players. Wayne Hollidays gets possession. Goes long. Over to the half-forward flank. And here's a chance for Magpies. Brenton Simons. Brenton Simons with a drop kick. A drop punt up to the full-forward area. Just offline through the right hand behind post for a minor score.
Some very quick passage of play by Marble Range to get the ball out of the half-back line quickly up through to Price on the right half-forward flank, and a very close attempt there by those players. Scrimmage of players, that kick out comes into the centre. It's Graham coming through the midfield again. Chip on past the Whitehead. Whitehead's been quiet in this quarter so far. Kick on forward to the right half-forward flank. That's beautifully nailed, taken there. McLeod by McLeod. McLeod's kick up forward, and it's a nice... almost time taken by Turner. I predicted the mark, but the player dropped the ball. There's the play, still back in there, but it's Richardson floundering over the boundary line, couldn't keep the ball in play.
I would have almost failed the mark there, John.
Yes, I thought that was held long enough. I almost called it that way. From the throw-in, Whitehead got the one hand up to it, reached it down. Over the top was Turner. Handball out to Pascouli. Pascouli with a long one further out to... McLeod, and as an ironic cheer goes up as McLeod's kick goes out on the full.
Obviously got some Magpie supporters right beside us today.
Yes, Magpie supporters are the same everywhere, I think, Laurie, aren't they?
They went top in Wales by a street last week, and they look to be in front here again today.
Freeman Puckridge has got on top at centre half back, and he's cut Jeff Whitehead out, which is right out, and Waybacks have lost a lot of power in their forward line.
I think Whitehead could well be served with a move on the ball to revitalise him, Kev.
A good move, a very good move.
There's a good passage of play by Marble Range, coming down through their half-forward line, gathered in and intercepted nicely there, kicked out of defence, into the centre of the ground. The big fellow O'Connell, who's been a little quiet also in this quarter, is taking a timely mark from that kick by Westbury. O'Connell's pass, in towards Farger. Farger well shepherded, and bad crash over the back of the head. Oh, great goal to Farger, off straight over the top of the players, and that ball travelled, and it was a beautiful kick by Farger. As we see a Wayback player down on the ground there is very solidly with an elbow over the top, whilst shepherding and down for the count. But he appears to be okay. That's Tregenza.
He was hit with a forehand job, I think, as he was shepherding.
It's a good goal by Graham Farger, and that takes them along now to 7 goals 6, still trailing Marble Range, 9 goals 5. The Rangers in this quarter, it's been all the Rangers quarter so far.
And the wind has dropped somewhat, John.
Yes, it has.
Lowered
Considerably. There it goes. Sturitsky gathered without the ball and a free kick going Alex Sturitsky's way on the centre of the ground. Summit leading out onto the attack side of the ground. We watch Sturitsky come forward looking for Richardson well out from full forward. Whitehead seems to be very quiet. I don't know whether that's a throw. Umpire threw it up and hit it away. Brown back into the scrimmage there now. The left foot kick into the pocket and Farga playing loose up there. 3 Wayback players. Still haven't gained possession yet, but it's Farga running into an open goal now. Dribbles it along the ground for another goal.
4 goals now to Farga. Race through the goal scorers in this term as we see Waybacks race back now. Farga's got 4. Lawrence Richardson 2, Barry Turner 1, and Mick Gouldy 1. And for Marble Range, Alan Price with 3, Jeff Edwards 3, Brenton Simons 1, and 1 each to Morgan and Chirini. That brings the scores back a lot more even now. 8 goals, 6 to Waybacks. Marble Range still hanging on to the lead, 9 goals, 5.
Farga's experience gave him that goal, Larry. He was very cool when he ran into that goal and dribbled along the ground instead of kicking up hard.
From the bounce away, it's Marble Range captain in B. Simons with the ball out to the wing position, looking for his teammate McLaughlin. McLaughlin gathered in nicely, out to Gahadi. Gahadi gathered in one hand, flipped it back over his head rather dangerously. That's silly play in the final. Gahadi now trying to recover his mistake. Does so nicely, got it onto the boot and found a player at half forward. Chirini it is. Chirini's kick to centre half, to the half forward flank. Hegarty in front of his teammate. Caught without the ball. Play on called the umpire. Hegarty happy to see it go that way. He got a track through, but a free kick, I think a bit of a
scuffle with Doug McLaughlin up.
Here's Leeds and Quilty Daisy on the right half forward flank. Young Pasculi mixed up in that one too, Laurie.
Yes, Pasculi and Doug McLaughlin. McLaughlin kicks up to centre half forward, and a mark paid to Jack Morgan it is. Strong mark by Morgan in centre half forward, and he'll steady and attempt to kick right into the goal square from that little incident over on the half forward flank. Morgan now. Go for a screw putt, goes a bit wobbly, looks to be just offline, and a minor score to Marble Range. That's 4 goals, 2 they've kicked in this third term. 3 goals, 1 to Waybacks.
They've missed some shots up into that end of the ground. 2 or 3 in the first quarter, Keith Stacey, and 1 that time.
Yes, in actual fact, I think the wind influence is not as strong. Even though the Marble Range boys are playing better, I don't think the wind is so bad because they've done some beautiful kicks into the wind. And it may give their Waybacks some hope, but overall the Marble Range boys are playing well.
Kick by Hegarty's reached the centre of the ground. Intercepted nicely there by Wayne Hull. Playing a lot better in this term, Hull, and one of the best players on the in this quarter. Oh, lovely pass in. Gahadi play on called the umpire. Went off his hands. He didn't mark the ball long enough. Down towards the right half forward flank again. Player fell as he was going through the right half forward flank there, and a scrimmage on play. Coming through there was Dufek. Dufek strong play. Sturitsky caught without the ball and a free kick going to the agency of the half-back in Alex Sturitsky. Good strong footy at this stage. Every player throwing their body in over the ball, making every endeavour to win the hard one for their side. 9 goals, 6 to 8, 6-1 goal the difference, and the Waybacks have fought back to get back into the situation again. There's a good strong mark being taken there by pick him up for you in a moment.
Jeff Edwards?
Jeff Edwards it is. Edwards, 1 sock down, 1 up. Edwards' kick, drop punt, 2 half forward, Hegarty high, tapped away. Down it goes to Summerton. Quiet quarter for Summerton. This one down to the centre wing position. The wingers are being beaten for Wayback, and that's where the advantage is coming from Marble Range. Every ball, very nearly every ball gone there in this quarter has been a winner in the favour of Marble Range.
27 minutes gone in this third term. The advantage still remains with Marble Range. The leeway's been cut back, but there's still 1 clear goal in front as we get towards the end of this third term.
Burkoff and Ainsbury on.
Thanks, Kevin. Kevin picking up that interchange for Marble Range there. Now it's Hegarty. Hegarty with a short kick into the centre of the ground. Finds Brown. Brown turns around and kicks over towards Whitehead. Whitehead been a quiet player in this third term. Good timely mark by Colin Clark at centre half back. Colin Clark over towards the boundary line, defensive kick on that occasion, and out over the boundary line for a throw in front of the Bishop's sign.
Pretty pretty vital part of the game, but I was just looking at these runners. Their attire is rather good, both with the same sort of uniform on, and it's very neat and tidy. Here's Edwards on the half-back line trying to put the ball back into attack for the Rangers, and the player straight on the ground dropped the mark, but the umpire thought he held it long enough, and free kick going to Ainsbury. What did he do then? Hurt himself there, no doubt. Went nose first into the ground, I think, and sort of rolled on the ball.
Free kicks 9-6 at this stage in favour of Waybacks, and I think it shows the desperation of the Marble Range side.
Gee, this will be a grand final. Ainsbury will remember he's been on the ground 1 minute and he's out. Out for the count, and I don't mean that in a joking manner, but looks rather serious for that player, and he just went down over the floor.
Good mark.
Quite strange.
Good mark to Pedler there in the centre of the ground from that kick. Now he goes long, and a good mark by Hegarty, taken the timely mark. Hegarty plays on quickly. It's a 15-yarder dished out. Played on now. McLeod it is. Kick up under the drop of the ball is the Wayback player in the form of Whitehead, and Whitehead takes a good mark.
Player that Wayback need to lift their game, Keith.
Yes, he played well in the first half.
Good first half and a quiet third term.
Whitehead kicks long, no one can mark. The short kick by Peter Puckridge. Under the drop of the ball is Price, and Price takes a good mark in opposition to Wayne Brown from Waybacks. Jeff Ainsbury been on the ground for about 30 seconds, and after that incident looks very, very groggy. You can pick him up in your camera there as he comes off the ground.
He's as pale as you like, Laurie, in the face.
Yes, it was a very strange incident, that, whether he was hit by a player or whether he hit his head on the ground.
He was all on his own. He must have went for the mark and crashed on the ground. By gee, he's certainly looking wonky as he comes past us.
We get back into the centre of the ground now. A hand pass dished out by Iaccherini, and Pat Cooley in the centre of things once again, broken up by the umpire there, and the ball goes over towards the boundary line for a throw-in as we near the end of the third term. There goes the siren to see Marble Range, one clear goal in front, 9 goals 6. The ball. Here we go now for the last quarter of the grand final at Centenary Oval today, in the centre of the ground, and the second bounce up as we see Bradshaw he couldn't get the ball away. Over to Summerton with a short kick, over towards Staritsky and Carlson. Carlson on the ground for Marble Range. Another scramble there, and another ball up by umpire Semler in the early minute of this last term.
Ball up once again, 3 in a row in this position. The tap away there, Marble Range favour, gathered in there by McLeod, kick forward. In pursuit of the ball there is Pedler. Pedler gathered in, kicked it back down to the half-forward line, centre of the ground, and it's Farger to take a timely mark. Farger's kick up looking for McLeod. McLeod with a roving roll at this stage. In everything in the third term. Good kick by that player up the half-forward. Bradshaw in there, and a big mark to Bradshaw, and Wayback needs some marks around the half-forward line to pick their game up a little bit. Marble Range have taken the advantage away from big fly there. Whitehead it is, running around with the ball. Handball over to now with Porter. Porter snapping towards goal, but it's way offline and out over on the full. And the player to get it to him was Braham, the one I couldn't pick up.
Porter roaming around on the half-back line there a moment. He must have the go-ahead to run wild in this last term, and he's now up in the attacking zone. Kick off now from the free kick in the back pocket there. Oh, good mark there in the at the back of the pack to Wayback player Farger. Farger it is.
When you look at Farger, he's been probably one of the best Wayback players today. He's been pretty consistent, and he's kicked some goals, and very consistent all around the ground.
And giving his team a lift when it's needed, John.
Kicking by Farger to full forward. Richardson out in the lead. Couldn't gather it in. It's picked up there by Bilney. Bilney shot in as a goal. Off the ground. And that's drawn the scores level here at the grand final of the Port Lincoln Oval. Now it's anybody's game. Things have drawn level now. Keith Stacey.
Yes, that was a very much needed goal by Waybacks. If Marble Range had kicked the first goal, I think they would have run away with this. But that's given Waybacks a lot more heart. And they'll have to get over Puckridge in this rucking role. He's been winning the rucks in this last half, and they need a big lift from the Wayback ruckman.
Bradshaw's in there. He's putting his corner in, Keith. He's rucked fairly well. Up high there, Bradshaw's knocked down, went straight towards Summerton. Summerton's kicked to the open spaces at half forward. This is another danger ball for Marble Range. Gathered in nicely or tapped forward. Scrimmage of play there, and the umpire will ball it up once again on the half forward flank. Tregenza in there in that scrimmage of play. All the rucks form. Whitehead down there, well from his centre half forward position. Bradshaw in high, got the tap away. Straight to Marble Range, handballed out. Fargo realised the playing behind the play, handballed hard into attacking area. Bilney it was who got a snap kick onto the boot, running dangerously once again for Marble Range. Bilney in everything in this few minutes. Handball over the head there by Pasculi. Towards Brown. Brown running dangerously up into the forward area, looking for Richardson. Richardson pushed to Marble Range player in the chest. Player called the umpire as a good decision as the ball works its way up to the half-back line. In it again is Brown. Gathered the ball in, chipped a pass across, looking for McLeod, but a good mark taken there by Puckridge.
He's been a good player for Marble Range all day at centre half back. Came into the game strongly in the early part of the second half. He kicks right up to centre wing. Nearly a good mark there to the Magpie player. Not paid by the umpire, but a free kick now picked out, and it's player in the form of, just can't quite pick him up. Parker. Looks like Parker. Young Parker it is. He kicks up over the centre of the ground. Under the drop of the ball is two Wayback players spoil each other. Now a chance. Oh, look to be a strong market. Paid by umpire Semler. Doug McFarlane it is. Big Doug McFarlane about 40 metres out, directly in front. And this kick, if it's online, will put the Magpies back in front as we get to about the 5-6 minute mark of the final term at Centenary Oval.
What's his normal kicking ability? I've watched him several times. I've watched him today, and he hasn't kicked all that well, Kev. I just wondered what he normally kicks. There's the kick by McFarlane. That's held up into the breeze. If it travels the distance, straight through the middle. And a good recovery goal by Marble Range to give them the goal advantage back again.
Well, that was a very important goal to Marble Range. That's put more heart into their attacking players, realising they can kick goals.
Yes, get back to the goal.
You've got to get back into that early teamwork where they look for each other going through. It's no good getting rattled by the Waybacks sorties into their forward line.
From the bounce up. Bradshaw with a tap down again. Hull got the ball across. A good timely kick by Parker. Parker's played well for his side today for a young player. And a good mark, almost played on that Wayback player from that back pocket area. That's Westbury. Over to Hegarty. Hegarty from the half-back line. Long kick by Hegarty. Hegarty looking for McLeod. In front was Simons it was, and Simons still shepherding off, waiting for a player. Parker coming through. Parker's kick up to the half-forward flank as that player shoveled it out between his legs out over the boundary. Throw in once again. Right in front of the Alfred Cat sign on the fence. From that throw-in. Tap away in favour of Wayback. Coming through is Ramsey. McLeod it was. McLeod's kick up further afield to Whitehead. Whitehead's playing well out of that centre half forward position, and he's moving away from his position too far. No one capable of filling in there for him. Oh, big strong mark taken by Marble Range. I do think it is. Been one of the best players for the Rangers today, and a kick forwards found Price lurking all on his own in the centre wing. Not picked up quickly enough by Porter or Staritsky. Kick forward by Price into the attacking area. Hegarty up before acceptances, almost a mark paid, but play on called the umpires. Hegarty comes out of defence. Look for Summerton on the half-back line. Summerton seems to have an hour to pick the ball up. Does so, kicks it out to the McLeod on the centre wing. McLeod quick to play on, running around the boundary line. And that's a long way back for a boundary umpire to see that one, Keith. The player played on. He knew he was still in play, and by gee whiz, that's a bad decision by an umpire.
Marble Range, we must have more players to see that one.
Anyway, back with the umpire's decision. The throw-in on the outer side of the ground. Up high, tap away. Gone back, ball with Porter now. Porter's kick, snap back. Whitehead out of position. Gathered in there by Hull. Hull's kick to the half-forward flank looking for Edwards. Couldn't be gathered by that player. Edwards tapped the ball in, and around the boundary line the throw-in results once again.
Throw in this time, still in Marble Range's attacking zone. As we see Bradshaw, it is Bradshaw in front. Grabs the ball out of there, big hand pass over towards Somerton, but it overruns him. Somerton now picks up. Handballs over to Braham. Braham it is, over half forward. Good long kick. Under the drop of the ball is Barry Turner. Barry Turner taking a good mark on the half forward flank. Runs away his opponent, unsighted there by the Marble Range defender. Oh, the beautiful mark by Goulfang. He's played a tough game. Great defender for Marble Range. Over down to the half-back flank. Running around is Bruce Carlson. Bruce Carlson with a left foot kick. Up in front was Brady, and Brady paid the mark by umpire Sedler in the centre square. Handball over to McLeod. McLeod handball over to Pascouli. Pascouli over half forward, and a mark by Coach Tiger at centre half forward. A steady influence for Waybacks. Now over to Pascouli. Pascouli marking about 60 metres out, and need a long kick to get anywhere near the big sticks on this occasion.
Pascouli now, little fellow on the right half forward flank, 50 metres from goals, kicking into the face of the breeze. Long kick by Pascouli, hasn't made the distance. Players fly it, a fist off hands, through for one behind.
Well, that was sensible back play by the Marble Range players. They flew up and didn't try to mark the ball and just pushed it through the goal.
Way back were a little bit foolish, I thought, to stop play that far out from goal, Keith, because one more pass closer to goal would have made it a little easier for their attack. From the kick out, Farger from behind is knocked down forward, picked up by Bradshaw, back into attack with a long kick from Bradshaw. Richardson in there, but out-marshalled this time by Ramsey, and a good mark. Play on by that player. To the half-back flank. Oh, good courage stuff. Well done by Carlson. Handball across. Play on, good run of play there. It's Price coming to the right half-forward flank. Kick straight in the arms of Haggerty. Haggerty missed the ball. Back with it now. Haggerty running around. Well smothered off the boot there by Chirini. Chirini down over the play, and along with Haggerty.
Right around the neck, John.
And Haggerty with a free kick on the half-back flank. Oh, shocking. Didn't balance himself, Haggerty, and he saw the pass on too quickly and didn't balance himself and chopped the ball down onto his boot in a very, very awkward manner. The ball taken away from you in a moment. If you're not careful, that took too long to get the ball back, in my opinion. And now McFarlane with a chance. Kicked a goal in this quarter already. For the Rangers is a long way up this time. I feel too far out. Looking for a pass. There it is, into Price. And hasn't gained a lot of distance, but kept possession of the ball, which I think Marble Range are quite happy to do.
Very important, John. This is an important goal if they can get it. It'll put the scores a little bit further away.
Price now on the half-forward flank, goes long, good long screw punt, up knocked away by Wayback defender. Now it's Doug McFarlane, handball over to Carlson. Carlson now with a chance, left foot, no pressure at all over. Brilliant play by Bruce Carlson, up go the two fingers. That's his first goal, and that puts the Marble Range side that little bit further in front. They're 11 points up, and things looking a little bit safer for them. 11 goals, 6 Marble Range, 9 goals, 7 to the Demons Waybacks.
Well, that's made it very difficult, Laurie. 1 goal 5, and the Breeze still in their favour, and Marble Range are playing just a little bit better. Backman in particular, repelling those forward thrusts. There have been 2 or 3 very fine saving marks down in the back lines.
Yeah, Price has really played well now and lifted his game in the attacking area, and he's been someone to aim at down there. Waybacks have no one. Whitehead's trying hard, but he's certainly moving too far away from centre half forward to be effective. There's the kick by Anderson. There's that spot I was exactly talking about. Whitehead caught right under the drop of the ball, and no centre half forward for Waybacks at this stage. Pedler. Kick by Pedler, way back, and that's through from Marble Range. Pushing his body through was Puckridge. Handballed the ball out. Gathered in nicely, and a chipping pass across to the right half forward flank. Parker in endeavour to pick it up. Off the side of the boot, and out on the full, and as the result, Wayback will bring the ball back into play.
There, John.
Pressure by the half-back flank in the form of O'Connell and Haggerty. Haggerty's played a good game for Waybacks today in the along the back on the back line.
Feel he's been beaten today though, Laurie, at centre half back. The centre half forward for Marble Range has got the better of Haggerty. Haggerty's been a good try though, but he's been somewhat out-marshalled. Here's a chance for Marble Range through Parker, smothered off the boot by Storitsky, and ball rushed out over the boundary line and a throw-in resulting right half forward flank again, almost in the pocket area. Any score would do Marble Range, I think, at this stage, but preferably for them a goal. Tap by Bradshaw to Summerton. Summerton across to Porter was a high one. Gave him no time to get rid of it. Summerton recovering again. Handballed on by Summerton. Tap forward by Brown. And here's Whitehead down in front of us where he should be at centre half forward. There's the position where Whitehead should be. Now it's up towards Bilney. Bilney caught high around the neck, and it was a bit of bad luck for the Marble Range player. He had the tackle on and the player ducked his head. But, of course, the end result is a free kick to Bilney.
Bilney now in the centre of the ground, steadying things for Waybacks, but they've got to score the goals and get them pretty quickly. Smothered off the boat, 15-metre penalty dished out there. It didn't look as though Colin Clark moved far over the mark, but
Graham Farker looked straight at the umpire then, Laurie.
Yeah. Chance for Lawrence Richardson to mark there, but he's unable to do so. Now it's Pasculi under the pack. Doug McFarlane picks up. Can't get any distance with that. Now it's Clark again, and a free kick paid to Colin Clark on this occasion.
They tackled high, I think, Larry.
Too high. Ooh, tough stuff there by Whitehead it was. Out to Jeff Edwards. Jeff Edwards dumbing around. Now gets these boot to the ball and kicks long, but it's a good mark for Farger. But a push in the back to the Magpie player in McFarlane, and a 15-metre penalty dished out here. That was, that's more like a 50-metre penalty on this occasion. And umpire speaking to Graham Farger on 2 occasions there. Short kick up towards Morgan it is. Morgan marks. He goes long. Under the drop of the ball is Hegarty. He can't mark. Now Carlson pulled off the ball by Waybacks. Farger now over centre wing. Long kick up they go, and it's a good mark. Mark paid to Edwards it is. Jeff Edwards on the centre wing position.
Played a good game today for Marble Range.
Yes, good player.
Edwards kick up forward to the half forward flank, looking for Gahadi, couldn't gather it. Now it's Morgan in there with a chance. Scrimmager play, and Farger tackled without possession of the ball, and we'll have a free kick. A little kindly word to the umpire by Graham Farger on that occasion. I feel that he's probably not all that happy. Farger's kick up forward into the centre of the ground, looking for Whitehead. One hand by Whitehead went down. Now it's with Tregenza. Handball back towards Bradshaw. Bradshaw's kicking to centre half forward. Players running loose here. Here's a chance through Dunbar. Kick in by Dunbar, looking for Richardson, but outmarshalled again there. That kick went too far for Richardson, marked by Sargent.
Sargent hasn't done much wrong in the back lines today for Marble Range either. He kicks long over onto the half-back flank. Doug McFarlane there again. Handball over to Freeman Puckridge. Freeman Puckridge with plenty of time. Decides to kick that foot into the centre of the ground. Here's a danger for Waybacks to get the ball up. But it's missed by those players. Now Gahadi. Gahadi onto his left foot. Oh, a mark dropped there by Price it was. Price now handball over. Morgan can't get the ball going. Hegarty handballs out into the open. Price in the run for the ball again. He can't pick it up. Now it's the scrimmage with Westbury it is, and a free kick paid to Kevin Westbury for around the neck.
A few tired players on the way back side. I was watching Alex Storitsky run after a ball a moment ago, and by gee, he's running on 1.5 cylinders at the present time. Kick up to the centre wing. Fist away over the top by Gahadi. Player tackled there strongly, but gathered the ball in. Try and pick him up for you. Bilney, I think it was. It was Brown. Brown's kick up forward. Players battling hard in this final stages of the Grand Final of 78 here at Port Lincoln as we see the scores at the present time. Marble Range 11 goals 6, leading Waybacks 9-7. 11 points the difference.
Waybacks going to be hard pressed to get out of this, John. The backmen of the Marble Range have tightened noticeably, and they've taken some beautiful saving marks and driven it down into their attacking zone.
Halfway through the quarters, we see Bilney kick the ball forward. Marble Range, this is where they're falling down, Waybacks. They need centre half forward to play his position there a little more, and no one's doing that, and therefore the ball's getting carried out of that area very easily. In it goes. Good defence by a player there to knock it to the ground. Gathered by Bradshaw. Handball series there from Bilney to Westbury. And kick forward there, and a nice timely mark taken by Puckridge.
Tufek goes short. Pasculi it is. Pasculi picks up cleverly. Now a chance for Turner it is. Turner can't get the ball to the boot quick enough. Dufek it is again. Big Joe Dufek on the back line. He kicks into the centre of the ground. Now a chance for Marble Range to go further in front, and O'Connell it is. O'Connell impeded in his run for the ball, and he will take the free kick right on the white line of the centre square. O'Connell it is. Goes up over centre, over the centre patch. In front was Edwards. He can't mark. Scramble once again. Now the ball is dished out. Bilby in the run for the ball. Morgan. Play on, says the umpire. Brady clears up over towards centre half forward. No one can mark there again. Basculi handballs over to Whitehead. He loses the possession of the ball. Handball missed there by Marble Range. Now Wayne Brown up onto the half-forward flank. In the run for the ball is McLeod, but it's out over the boundary line for a throw-in on the half-forward line for Waybacks.
Well, Laurie, the back lines of Marble Range are really playing a magnificent game. Dufek and several other players down there are taking some beautiful marks, and they're playing it really hard.
Yes, Marble Range at the present time, 11-6, leading Waybacks 9-7. About 17 minutes played in this final terms. The ball very dangerously close to the boundary line. I think a free kick's been given. No, a throw-in will result. Throw-in on the outer side of the ground. O'Connell in ruck for the first time in this quarter. Tap over the top by Farger. Gone through Porter. Porter's kick up forward. Players fly, but once again, as Keith Stacey mentioned a moment ago, the half-back line are marking everything coming down that way, and Wayback have no answer for them on the half-forward line. Porter trying hard, can't gather it. Player Shirini there, but it's a handball out to Tregenza. Tregenza's got a player up loose in the pocket area. Richardson it was, couldn't take the mark, almost held it long enough, but it's good work by Marble Range to work the ball out of that attacking area. The crowd cheers for Marble Range as they work the ball out of their defence and get it down to the centre wing.
Brilliant passage of play by Marble Range there as we see Morgan now with a chance to kick into centre half forward under the drop of the ball. Now it's Price pulled off the ball. He couldn't get his boot to it. Real good grand final stuff. A good handball by Gahadi up towards free kick there. Peter Puckridge it is into the goal square. It's just offline. Minor score, and that makes
very important point, Laurie.
Three scoring shots.
That's right.
That makes it even much harder now for Waybacks to get into this game as we see a 12-point break to Marble Range. Comment, Kevin Allen.
Sorry, Laurie, I wasn't with you.
Mark now by Gahadi. Gahadi goes straight into the goal. Miss. Off line once again, but a very valuable minor score. That takes Marble Range along to 11 goals 8, 9 goals 7 to Waybacks.
That's a very vital score by Gahadi, but I'm sure that the Marble Range fans would have liked a goal. From the kick out, players fly high. It's Browns played his heart out for his side today. Kicking up towards Basculi. It's been good player today, and that's legging to Basculi and a free kick going that player's way on the centre wing.
Well, the attacks are breaking down the forward line still, John, aren't they?
Here's the kick. Up to the half-forward flank. Marked nicely by McLeod, but not a good kick by that player as it goes down towards Bildy. Tapped over the boundary line nicely by Puckridge it was, and a throw-in results on the half-forward flank. Time running out for Waybacks. We've played 20 minutes in this final term. Knock away by O'Connell.
And then
kick going, or saving free kicks going in the way of Edwards, or is it Dufak? Edwards it is. Edwards kick down to the centre wing. Playing from behind again, Marble Range, and a good mark taken in front there by Morgan.
They're not going to squander their chance. We've just had the word. We've got about 6.5 minutes to go into this grand final now.
By Morgan over to Porter. Porter's kick out to Summit on the centre wing. Summit running clear. Caught without the ball, but play on was a bad ruling by the umpire. Has allowed that player to be tackled without the ball. Summit once again has a player up further afield. The pass is too high for him, but it's well marked on the last line of defence by Clark. Full-back line judged the ball better, and the pass by Summit was a little too far for his teammate. Chipping pass, or not a good one again, and it's Summit to mark the ball on the left half-forward flank. Wayback must get a goal here now to be in this business, and that's not a good kick by Summerton, although the breeze is bringing it back quietly to be right near the behind post, and it's forced through for one behind. 2 goals the difference here now as we see Wayback score go along to 9 goals 8 and Marble Range 11-8.
So how many chance, John? They've got to get a goal out of this.
Clearing kick there by the full-back, and it's out to McFarlane. McFarlane in the back pocket area, settling play down, looking for someone to kick it to. Out to the half-back flank now. Up high, over the top of the hands. Pascouli battling hard to get the ball back into attack. He's got a player across in the centre in Big O'Connell. O'Connell gathered the ball in nicely. Still wanting to do something with it. Handballed forward. Player running around with it out there. 14 Westbury, I think it is. Kicked up to the forward pocket, and it's McLeod now with the ball.
Waybacks finding it very hard to get any real system into their half-forward line. Now a big kick into in towards the goal square. Under the drop of the ball is Richardson. He's smothered out of it. Now it's Clark. Clark with a low kick out, but finds an opponent in the form of Glenn McLeod, and he takes a mark on the half-forward flank. McLeod now sending the ball in once again. In towards true centre half-forward position. Richardson under the drop of the ball. He can't mark. Tregenza was...
I think they're missing a little bit on that centre wing too in this second half, particularly the last quarter is Ramsey. He's a player that always picks up a lot of kicks, and by gee, they've missed him.
Ball up now in the centre half-forward region for Waybacks. Jeff Edwards taps it away. Short kick in towards goal now, but through for another minor score. And Waybacks... Slapped by Brown. Yep, a minor score to Waybacks. They need 2 goals, and time's running out. We're looking at about 3 or 4 minutes left in this grand final. Over the head of Jack Byrne. In the race for the ball is Price. Price now, 1 bounce, 2 bounces.
This will say the ball game up.
Goes short into centre half forward. That could be real telling mark. Peter Puckridge it is. Puckridge marking at centre half forward, and he'll go long right into the goal square.
This is sewing the ball game up, Laurie. I feel that Wayback had to score up there to be any show whatsoever, but a great attack by Marble Range has brought them down with Puckridge. Peter Puckridge with a chance to score. He's happy just to see it down in that area, and a big long kick by that player, dangerously close to the behind post, has been tapped down over the boundary, and a throw-in results.
Throw in now, right by the behind post.
Score at the present time, 11 goals 8, Waybacks 9-9.
Going to throw now, Peter Puckridge and Bradshaw up. No one can get it away. Scramble now. Ball up, says umpire Semler, and we see quite a few players hovering around that position in Marble Range's attacking zone. Up it goes again. Must be only a few seconds remaining. Over the boundary line for another throw-in as we see Marble Range hanging on very clearly here now. 11 goals 8, 9 goals 9 to Waybacks. Throw-in once again. Grabbed out of the air by Anderson. Pushed down to the ground, and Anderson to take a free kick on the half-back line for Waybacks.
Anderson now with the kick deep from the pocket area. Waybacks really running out of time now. It's a good timely mark taken there by Marble Range. It's the Marble Range Grand Final. There's no question about it. Time's run right out for Wayback, and Marble Range, they've played better all day, and time's really run out now as we see an opportunity to attack the ball once again. Scores won't particularly matter, I feel, at this point in time. Good mark taken in front there by Hegarty.
Yes, they can crack the champagne now, John. They're well in front, and they're not going to lose this one. Hegarty over to O'Connell. O'Connell now up to centre wing. Under the drop of the ball. There's another mark to Jeff Edwards. He's taken plenty of marks today. Been a good player for Marble Range, and he marks at centre wing. Siren to go any time now. Jeff Edwards now steadying things down. Goes long. Tapped over by Hegarty. Now it's throw it is by the Marble Range player. Hegarty to take the free kick at centre half back.
Hegarty's been a try at centre half back, but I feel he's been beaten in that position today, and he's endeavoured to put his effort into the game. Knock away there, and it's scrimmage of play there as ball's kicked forward towards Porter. Porter has it now. Handballs across to Storitsky. Storitsky moving around, doing a little too much. Could have been holding the ball, but play on called the umpire. It's in the favour of Marble Range through Carlson. Carlson's kicking out for a man on the lead. They can't do anything wrong. They've been red hot in this final term, and they've really played well in the latter half of this game to show clean pair of heels to Waybacks in the second half, and every answer that Waybacks been able to bring back to them, Marble Range have answered back strongly again.
Little Grant Parker, plenty of football future in front of him. He's only a Colts player.
Big kick by Parker into the forward area. It's gathered in by a heap of players on the ground there, and Puckridge it is under the scrimmage of play. Very happy to keep the ball down in that attacking area. Must be only a minute or so to play. We're all right in the final time of the game. Gathered by O'Connell. O'Connell's kick into a scrimmage of players. And Marble Range run out winners of the 1978 Grand Final. 11 goals, 8, 74 behind. The Waybacks 9 goals, 9, 63 behind. Our camera will stay with you for a moment. Have a look at the players out on the ground. Take the opportunity to thank Keith Stacey for being with us today. Laurie Wilkes, as we watch players coming out there. Very jubilant team out there at the present time, aren't they, guys?
Well, they went their victory, Johnny. They played very well, and their efforts in the last quarter were really fantastic.
Is that their first grand final, Kev? Kev Ayler?
Yes, that's their first win in Port Lincoln League. Fine victory. I think the week's rest told in the long run as far as Waybacks were concerned, and they did control the ball in the air.
We're going to present the shield now. We might see if we can perhaps get a quiet interview with them if we can, Kev, in a minute. The captain and the coach. So many people around them at the present time, it's almost impossible for them to move off the ground. Yes, when they finish their presentation, we'll see if we can get a word with them. Very hard fighting way backside, leaving the ground to see leaving Marble Range on the territory now. They're the victors for the day, and they've certainly out-marshalled Wayback on the day. Very good win to that side. Some of the best players, Laurie Wilkes, you might like to whip through a few of the best players, say, for Marble Range.
Yes, Marble Range had plenty of good players. I think none other than Jeff Edward. Marble Range today. Joe Dufek, I thought, held the back line together all day long, but they had plenty of other players to come up. Price kicked 3 goals. Edwards, as I say, I reckon he was Peter Gahani played a good game. Peter Puckridge, Freeman Puckridge, they had plenty of good players and deserved their win today.
First of all, just looking down the Wayback side, we've got a loudspeaker right above us here, so it's probably better if we listen to the microphone. And with that, in future years, it will become a feature of our play. The best and fairest in the Grand Final was selected by the league executive, and was a unanimous choice of Joey Cooper. Jerry Dufek's the player that's been given the nod. As Laurie Wilkes commented a moment ago, played an extremely good game today, and certainly the best on ground in the second half. In the first half, he was certainly equal to best on ground, I thought. Players, just while there's a bit of quiet, Keith Stacey might like to give us a little bit of the best players in a moment for Wayback. Well, congratulations, Joe, on a magnificent game of football.
Just racing through the goal scorers for Marble Range. Price was 3, Jeff Edwards 3, Simons 1, Morgan 1, Chirini 1, Bruce Carlton 1, and Doug McFarlane 1. For Waybacks, 4 to Fargo, Courtney with 2, Richardson 2, and 1 to Barry Turner.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to present the Times Trophy to the Premier side for 1978 Marble Range. Congratulations, Freddie. Thanks very much, Lloyd. It was a great game, fellas. I'd like to thank all the players, not only the boys who played today, but the full complement of players who played A grade for the club. It's a great effort to get there. From winning only a few games last year to come up and win it's a great achievement. And my congratulations to all the players. We better celebrate coming out there tonight. Commiserations to Waybacks, the minor premiers. I felt for all year long that we were probably the best two sides. But there we go, someone had to win and someone had to lose. There was a little between the two sides. But then again, we got there. As the Marble Range players get up on that upper banner, we get 3 cheers for the Marble Range Club. Hit it! Hit it! Hit it!
Good at your bag, isn't it?
Just see if we can get the skipper at least have a quick yarn to him, I think, before we close off.
As the siren went, there was a deafening roar and the crowd went mad. Joe Dufek was presented with Man of the Match and Brenton the Premier's trophy, and then the team did the victory run around the oval. So there you go.
Right, it's the closure of the grand final day here, and we see Brenton Simons, isn't it? Brent, the captain coach of the Marble Range side, and what a fine effort today, Brenton. Well done.
Thanks, John. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, thank you, John. I was very pleased with the boys today. We won in the air today, which is a telling factor, particularly Joe on the half-back line, played a tremendous game. Freeman and Puckridge at centre half-back came into the game. And there were young fellas, I think, in the end, John, young Graham Parker, and fellas with a bit of run, and probably it was Rich West, I think, that did us a lot of good. Sure. And in the telling minutes, I think it was the legs that did it. Yes. Thanks so much, John. Good, Brent. Congratulations once again. And Joe Dufek won the award today. Have a few words to say to your public, mate.
Thanks, John.
Well, I want to thank all the players that I've played with this year. They really put a great effort in. Thanks to Brent. I can't say much. Well, that'll do. You're panting and puffing there. You're no doubt getting cold standing here now. Thanks for a few minutes of your time. I'm sure the public are very grateful of the couple of minutes to have a look at you on GDS4. Thanks once again, fellas, and this is GDS4 Sports Action signing off.
Afterwards, nobody wanted to leave. Crowded into the Rangers dressing room, ladies and all. Never have I seen so much kissing and hugging, and champagne was flowing freely. 2 buses provided to transport team and followers to the cabaret and back, so no trouble would be possible with police. Team went to the Northern and then to the Waybacks club room. And there's a bit of personal stuff about what the family did. I think there was a mention somewhere. I was up at 7, so this is the next morning to make Pete and Lance. Pete got home about 5 a.m. to go down to the victory breakfast at the Lincoln. Bus was leaving the hall at 7:30. So there you go.
Early start. And was that the time when Dad got on the bus with his pipe, smoking
Yeah, no, that's fine.
before 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Do you want to try and work
First
that?
time ever we'd seen him smoking before 1 o'clock. Rejoicing in the ranges.
There was, yep. And Magpies were tipped for the flag, so they did pick you up. Thought you'd win it. So yeah, there's that bit of information on the write-up.
Which was the first one since 41.
It was a
Bit of a gap.
Yep, yeah, it was a big one. So there's the write-up.
And the 41s came to quite a few of them came
To that celebration.
That night, for the dinner, the night of the dinner, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't
officially got presented that night.
Yeah. And didn't Rich play the piano?
Yeah.
He was a really top of the range piano player back when they had pianos in halls.
In halls. And then the presentation after the 78.
I do remember the next day it was all pretty
blurry.
Busy.
So yeah, Dad had a couple of photos of the next day where you had your breakfast. But I like the ones of the somewhere in this lot of the immediately after in the rooms. They were pretty. You could, He just took a couple, and people can tell. Some people could tell on. So these two. Brian Foster there. Was he president at the time?
Yep. As president.
So that's one from the immediately after the grand final win. And I don't know that too many women were allowed in the change rooms back then.
There was a few.
A few got in there, Joe. Yeah.
Yep.
That would have been a bit radical at the time.
You might have had female trainers by then, did you?
No, not then, not in 78, I don't.
Yep. So this is the breakfast the next morning.
That was in the Lincoln Hotel.
Yep.
The old Lincoln Hotel.
Someone said it was the Viking room. They called it the Viking room.
Anyway.
So yeah.
Donny gone out.
A couple of Waybackers there.
Yeah, they said there was a couple of Waybacks guys there.
Because we took a bus down. The bus went down, didn't it?
Yeah, the bus went down.